Onlybands is back, and a little sooner than expected, with Onlybands EP07, The Force Awakens. This time, our guests are Gold Coast power trio Verum, a name which we all proceed to pronounce incorrectly several times throughout the episode. Verum tell us about how small-town boredom influenced their music and made them the band they are today, their view of the songwriting process as a form of healing, as well as multiple stories about drinking underage and getting shit-faced off of craft beer. Although I feel like that last part at this point is pretty standard for Onlybands. Speaking of craft beer, Moondog Brewing help us take our beer tasting segment to strange new places through the provision of a dessert-flavoured beer. Is it any good? Well, I guess you'll just have to keep on listening to find out.
Some blokes, we're having some jokes, having a drink. I don't know what we're talking about or what my guests are gonna think. So put up your hands, it's Onlybands, Onlybands podcast.
Hey, it's Quentin from Onlybands, and as you may have heard in the intro, it is Onlybands episode 7, The Force Awakens.
And this is Jed.
This is Joe.
On the podcast today, or rather tonight, because that's when we're recording it, we have Gold Coast's most notorious power trio, Verum.
What's up?
Hey, yo.
Introduce yourselves, boys.
No, I said power trio.
That's what we put up on our Facebook pages now.
Gold Coast power trio.
Yeah.
Bob, it's Kaden.
Logan.
And Zane.
Starting out with my first question, when I was researching on the internet into years, I found out that Verum is the name of a drug as well as the Latin word for truth. I guess, which one of those inspired the band name, or was there like a hidden third meaning that I don't know about?
Oh, that's an awesome question.
We're just troopers, bro.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, originally, I think it was just Kaden and I that were jamming. And then when Logan all got together, we're just like, damn, like Kaden was like organizing their first show, but we need a name. I'm like, give us anything. We just need something to put on a piece of paper.
Literally.
And we got to roll with it. And Kaden was throwing names and we're throwing band logos and pictures and he was just like, Verum. I'm like, cool. Gibberish.
Cool. So there was no real meaning behind it. It was just to you guys gibberish at the time?
I had no idea what it meant until
I think Kaden was the one
months
that found
later.
it.
I'm a big fan of like double word meanings or like words that have multiple meanings, especially like Latin language and Japanese. I was a big fan of it for a while. And I was like trying to find a Latin word that meant something like about the band. I liked the idea of just a band being real. And just fucking not really putting on those flashy lights like, hey, we're a band. And then you meet them in person, they're actually fucking no one like that. So when I found, like, going through the Latin language, there was a lot of different meanings. I liked Verum, because it meant exactly that. I didn't know it meant anything to do with drugs.
It's not till you search it.
points.
Yeah.
I think you'd say just an anti-vertigo drug, actually. So it's nothing
hardcore. Yeah.
That's boring, as.
Doesn't actually let you get high.
Yeah, because when I was searching it up, I was like, oh, it's the name of a drug. I wonder what it does. And it was like, oh, no, it's just if you get vertigo. Oh, well.
Yeah, our music keeps you grounded.
I was just about to say, I feel like there's a few of your songs that if you were feeling a little bit dizzy, you could probably just kind of close your eyes and listen to it. It would ground you a lot.
Yeah,
Awesome.
Meant to happen.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
I'm wondering about the all caps though. How did that decision happen?
Because we're angry, bro.
It's called capital letters. Like, look,
Long hair, don't care.
everyone's wearing capital letters.
You had long hair or whatever.
Yeah, but the band isn't necessarily capital letters. When we're doing the Spotify lookup, is it
Hey,
all
listen,
caps or
short kings, you're all good.
Is it all capitals on Spotify?
I think so.
Yeah.
Everything's all caps.
It just
on
looks nice though,
Spotify.
like every font. Like,
Yeah.
Like digital fonts and stuff like that. They're fucking
I think that's where it was originally, because when we were doing stuff up, it wasn't the whole name at first. It was just the V and M was just doing, and then it's just like, okay, now we should probably put a whole name on this thing. and every other font just looked like, because weird fonts to V's are all kind of whack, and the rest was just like, this seems like someone just smashed their hand on the keyboard. Like, this is the font for today. So all caps was just like the way to go.
Yeah. I guess I kind of had the same sort of issue when we started Onlybands, because like I first started writing on all the documents at home when we were like sort of starting out all in capitals, because I was like, yeah, it looks way better. But then because it's all one word, it's only like Onlyfans. Obviously, that's I mean.
No, we didn't. No, the lawyers didn't hear that.
Doesn't exist.
But I realized like being one word, if you capitalize the O and the B, it looks like really nice.
Yeah.
So we went for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we put the drum on the O.
Yeah,
That was like, that makes
Yeah, there was a few
sense.
iterations of that one. But we got the drum and the O, and then there's a
We had the R. No, the podcast. What?
Onlybands D.
D?
For D.
Yeah, the D.
I don't think there's an R in Onlybands.
We made it a Shaw SM57.
Oh,
Like, just a little stencil of it.
Nice.
And I was like,
Yeah.
only bands would know.
yeah, literally. That was awesome.
There's
actually.
hidden
Love that.
features though. It's just like so many times I've like looked at people's like album art and gone, damn, I didn't notice that before like 3 years ago when I
Yeah.
first discovered this band, and just stare into it for hours.
Yeah, there's a lot of creativity that goes into it that a lot of people don't see.
Yeah.
100%. It's every like the funny thing is no matter how many times we all do this, we're like release content, art shit, like no matter what, we always put so much time into it, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that's cool. And just like you get that little bit of second.
Yeah.
Like it take us months of planning and like trying to organize shit.
Well, this is the shout out to any Verum fans that actually start analyzing their artwork.
Yeah, let's
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Shout out.
And it's textual integrity and everything.
Yeah, they pay people to make this stuff. Come on, guys, have a look at it.
Man, you're gonna make money somewhere.
My next question, sort of building off the first question, We Call This Healing is a very interesting title for an EP. I think you have explained it in an interview before, but please explain to all 5 stoned listeners we have on this podcast.
I'll do my fucking
meaning.
best. Basically, I was getting into like some really heavy, like both feelings and music. Everything was just like very dark, and I was a very big fan of like art for art's sake.
Yeah.
Making music because you like to fucking write a heavy song or write a sad song or like write an angry song or write a fucking dumb song because it's fun. I was a big fan of like getting myself out of that situation by just doing whatever I wanted artistically. And my sister was going through some stuff at the same time, and she was doing it herself but through her own means, just like making these artworks, doing all these crazy things. She had an Instagram page called I Call This Healing, and I like kind of liked the idea of like we're both doing this as healing, like it's we call this healing. And then I stole the name, and now she doesn't know.
We know what that's like.
Yeah, from
To
like
be honest, like if it
was a cool
wasn't
name.
an EP,
Yeah, I like
but like as a band name, that'd be sick too.
but like
Yeah.
like from an
It's a very long
outside
name,
perspective.
yeah, but think about an emo band.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, definitely an emo band. Yeah.
Definitely
But
what's out there.
given like when I first met Kaden, like his family is so family orientated. So given the name behind it, and Kaden definitely earns the right to talk most about it. It's because it's like his own experience. Like he put his foot down for like us and everything like that. And it's just like we call this is us. This is our emotions. This is our first like year or two on 3 or 4 songs, and that's us.
Well, they do say being in a band is kind of like being in a family as well, so it probably just come ties to that.
Pretty much. Like we all went to high school together, but we never really connected properly until after high school. Like Logan and I were in the same year, and Logan was probably one of the first like guy friends I made when I moved up from Sydney. So then like we got on really well, and we realized we liked the same music, and we were both into shit. And we started jamming for a bit, and then like tried a bunch of other different bands, and then eventually we were going through stages of like playing with other people. And we remembered Zane was in the year above us, and Zane was in a band with other mates, and we loved that band. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Bring back Goodbye Gravity.
No.
Shout out to
Great
Goodbye
name.
It's a fucking great name. It's a great band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we were fucking around for a while, and then we started jamming with Zane, and Zane only lived up the road from me. So every now and again we'd fuck around where Logan and I would jam, or Zane and I would jam, and then eventually as we got together, kind of worked out. So like from high school going all the way through, it's very...
So how long have you guys
What
been
high
playing
school?
together?
Kingy High.
I'd say about. Oh, sorry.
So we were all at Kingscliff High.
Do we back Kingscliff or do we hate it?
I mean, I was school captain 2016 representing.
Flexing.
No,
but
fuck
no.
Kingy High, bro. That shit's
Kingy High is an overpopulated cesspool.
I went the school is like at the bottom of a hill, surrounded by like commission.
Well, no,
housing.
what the
Like-
commission, but it's volcanic. So it's like down like in like a volcanic pit, like
It's
all the soil and
literally
stuff.
like-
So like there could have been such a better thing built there, like agriculture and stuff. But
Yeah.
nah, it was just
It's-
a kid with like a
It's
school.
fucking small town, dude.
Yeah.
It's
To be
small
honest,
town shit.
you guys grew up in a pit.
Yo, see you in the pit. No.
We opened this fucking pit.
I mean, any of you guys know where Tari is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I grew up in Tari.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah. So very, very small town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty
I
rural.
completely
Yeah,
understand.
dude, small towns. Like I only lived in Kingy for like 2 years. I used to live in Sydney and then I moved up to Kingy, and like within that 2 years I was like, fuck, this is disgusting.
Do you think growing up in a small town has better music opportunities because it's small? And
Yes,
then you
'cause
just
you
kind of
have-
get forced into being,
You have nothing else to do. So you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you like in Kingy, like you had one of a few things to do. You're either a fucking deadbeat stoner, you were a surfer or a skater, or you were
All
like
three.
waiting
Yeah, all of the above, which is just muso in brackets.
and then it was like you had nothing to do. So like
Yeah.
I moved up, I had no friends, I knew no one. I was like, fuck it, I want to fucking do something. So I kept getting guitar. But like, was that it? You had to learn and know music if you didn't do anything else.
Did you
That
find
makes
your
sense.
music sort of more I guess it sort of came from you instead of being inspired by other bands around you? Like being in Brisbane, every band almost sounds the same. Like you go to any sort of capital city around Australia, and all the Melbourne bands kind of have the same sound. All the
Yeah,
Brisbane bands kind of have the same
generic
sound.
sound, yeah.
Because you guys are kind of like not from there. You guys grew up in a smaller town. You guys do have a bit of a different sound to like the regular Brisbane sound that there is. Do
Yeah.
you find that sort of would have made a bit of a difference
I
to
feel
how
like
you?
for me, like I didn't even influence that much on my playing when I first started. Like I literally just like I got trained in trombone for like a few years in that, and then went to bass, and I was like, I don't know what I'm doing. like
Yeah.
like I'm just making this up, and like that's literally where it started. So
Well, because
Yeah.
do you start? No, you didn't start on bass. You started.
no, yeah, I
You started on guitar or bass?
No, I started on bass and I played guitar for a good amount of time. But I've always loved bass. Like, I don't know, it's just different and it's cool. And there's actually so much you can do on the bass. Dude, literally. Yeah. So,
Yeah, Quinton's bass player.
yeah. Let's go.
He's like right next to mine. I'll be in bed sometimes. Just hears doot doot.
Just
doot.
jamming out.
I don't even have a proper bass amp. It's just Jed's shitty old like
Neither.
practice Mustang amp.
Mine-
You can start
Yeah.
somewhere.
It's got like 30 inbuilt pedals on it.
I've got a
You know the
Mustang as
one?
well. They're fucking awesome. I
Yeah.
use them to write.
I just don't have an electric guitar. That's the biggest problem. I've got an acoustic that's got the plug-in,
Dude, just plug
but
that
the
bitch
pickup's
in.
broken, so it doesn't pick up the G string. So Quinton just uses it now and wait until I can get an electric.
Yeah,
yeah.
I want to get either an orange amp or a matte amp, and you know when we get to the new place, I might even get both and run it through both, and I'm just gonna liquefy all the asbestos in the walls.
Fuck yes. Do it. 100%.
So
awesome.
what you guys were talking about, like a lot of your influence and stuff before, and you guys had a similar sort of music taste growing up when you guys met. What was the influences and music that you guys grew up listening to, and what influences your music when you write now?
Well, I guess like we were both into just old school shit. I grew up listening to like old like 90s grunge and punk, and like my mum was a massive grunge head, loved the metal, loved the old school stuff. So I was always listening to the stuff that she picked up. And Logan was very much into like the old school stuff like Chili Peppers and going through like fucking rage.
Yeah.
But it was cool because like we both had that understanding of like the early 90s to late 90s kind of era of music. So we're always into that shit. And then like as we kind of got older, we kind of just kept passing songs back to each other and like, oh dude, check out this song. Oh, check out this song. And it kind of found out that we were just fucking talking about the same shit.
Yeah, I truly think there's no better relationship with anybody than somebody that constantly sends you songs.
Literally.
Being like, hey, I know you're gonna love this. Check this out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
It's such a compliment as well. Just
Yeah.
like, someone goes out of their way to say, "Hey, man, I think you'll enjoy this song."
Just
It's
really
like,
means somebody knows you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to appreciate that too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like our mate Thomas, I'll be like on the way to work sometimes, walking through the tram, and I'll just hear ding ding on my phone. I'm just like, he's like, listen to these songs, you're gonna love these. Like the drums is mad, or like the vocalist does something crazy. I'm like, Thank you so much. Like, I mean, I'll probably be listening to this for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Just these 2 songs.
I'm now on the deep dive. I'm in
Yeah.
the earliest cuts you can ever find.
Yeah.
I'm looking at their high school as we speak.
Yeah.
I was like, when we started this podcast, Joseph could not shut up about Alkaline Trio. And now I'm obsessed with Alkaline Trio.
I'm such a fiend for Alkaline.
That's awesome.
That's so good. I feel like that's how music should be. You should be able to just rotate shit and be like, you find some obscure band or some song and you pass it to a mate and you're like, dude, check this song out. And everyone's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
My best mate likes to get really, really high and look for like really unique songs on Reddit from people that nobody have ever heard of.
That's awesome.
And he found this artist from, they're like anonymous, like not the hacker group, but they're like, they won't tell anybody who they are. They put everything out for free. A lot of what they have is like remix and copyright and stuff like that. But the rumors on the subreddit and everything is they're from like North Korea, in the sticks basically, and they make music. And because they can't actually, they're not allowed to do that. They can't actually
Reddit's
announce
probably
what they
banned or
do.
something, yeah.
So they just do it as a hobby. But apparently they make like the most craziest music. And I've heard it's like all like house and trance music and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it's like it's nothing like anything you've ever heard.
Fuck,
It's
that's
just
awesome.
strange, it's weird, and it's
That's
cool
so
as shit.
sick.
So refreshing.
But they've built a community online, so because they just release everything for free, everybody else remixes their stuff, they remix other people's stuff, and it's like this whole community on Reddit.
Fuck
Where
yeah.
they do this kind of stuff, and apparently a lot of other people will go and play all of the music under the artist name that they don't know where they're from. So there's
okay.
one artist name, there's
It's
a bunch of
open,
people
but
that
there's
play.
So many people, it
everywhere.
starts like
Yeah.
a cult
That's
thing.
so
That's
cool.
Well,
awesome.
it sort of is like the hacker group then.
Yeah.
Because anyone can claim to be anonymous. So yeah,
exactly.
anyone can
Ah,
claim to be
yeah.
these dudes.
Fucking A.
If anyone here's gonna be it, it's Quinton.
Such a smart way to just, what if it's all just a marketing scheme for so long?
Yeah.
It's just like,
To me, that all comes from like death grips. Like,
Oh yeah, no,
It's
they
goddamn,
fucking.
yeah. Yep.
I love death grips so much.
I'll be coming out with some new music soon, apparently. but,
I've
you know.
heard this, but it could be a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know. I wanted to ask, you guys like more when it comes to your songwriting, are you more inspired by like internal sort of stuff within your own lives, or are you more inspired by external sort of stuff about the world?
I'd have to say it's like a 50-50.
50-50?
Half-half.
Yeah.
It depends, because like sometimes you'll find a song that you like for example, like we'll find a song that we fucking love, and then we'll try and be like, oh fuck, I want to write a song like this. Otherwise, sometimes you'll be going through something, whether it's happy or sad, whatever the fuck, and then you'll be playing, and then it kind of comes out. So it kind of depends, like.
Yeah, I feel like each one influences each other through the answers. Like Kaden said, you're going through a hard time, and you're playing, all of a sudden, like maybe you're playing the song you've been listening to, like on a repeat for a couple of days,
dude,
and
the amount of
vice
times I've
versa.
done that.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hang on a second, but it sounds good, so let's do something with it. Like,
Yeah, I feel like you guys have like a really nice mix of emotions in songs. Like there's some happy songs, there's some sad songs, and all that kind of stuff. Where you get like bands like the Smith Street Band, where they're mostly all pretty sad.
I think
Like,
you
in
guys
the
are
mix.
probably.
To put it simply.
Yeah.
You guys are probably the first artists we've had on where it's a roughly a 50-50 split. A lot of the like artists we have on, also a lot of the artists I listen to are one way or the other, just completely.
so yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah.
Fucking, like the amount of times, like I've always loved music and I've always been a fan of like playing music. So as soon as I find a song, like I could be going through like the greatest thing in my fucking life, and I can find this really heavy song. I'm like, fuck, I want to write a really heavy, like fucking sad song that fits it. And you start like the best way that we do it is I always separate like instrumentation to lyrics. So sometimes we'll build like a really heavy dark song and then say like, oh fuck yeah, this is cool. I'll wait till I get sad and I'll write it.
Yeah, lyrics are definitely the last part, and definitely Kaden's strong point of the whole band. I think he's written every song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys start pretty much always music first?
Kind of.
Yeah.
It depends. Like sometimes like I'll find a riff or I'll find a chorus, like fuck yeah, and then like a melody or like a kind of line will start coming. So then, pun intended. So then as soon as like it all kind of forms together, you basically, I'll either have everything or one or the other. Sometimes I'll get like a cool like vocal chorus. Like for example, one of the songs where
What's the new jam was? Well,
New
song.
Jam was kind of like started as like a vocal chorus, which was the first time I've written to a vocal chorus, which was kind of fun, like having like a melody and like a rhythm in my head, which kind of worked. And then as soon as I like trying to put it towards a chorus, it kind of started filling out that way. Just all depends. We've written songs in so many different ways. Sometimes I'll find just the whole song start to finish and then have no lyrics or any kind of like vocal decision. Sometimes we'll start with like a cool riff and then build it backwards. But like, I think almost I want to say like 8 out of 10 times. It kind of starts with instruments, and then eventually I'll like sit down and be like, hey, I should probably sing to this and think about how I should sing to this.
Yeah.
Well,
And I feel like
Sorry, go.
Oh, it's just like, Kaden be like, oh, do you want to play this song tonight? And it's like, do we have lyrics? He's like, I'll think of something. And it's like, he'll just like wing something that night. It's just like, the music's fine, but it's just like, what are you actually saying? And I'm trying, like, my ears like against the fallback, and I'm just like, yeah, like it sounds alright. Yeah.
I feel like it's also how this like the song makes you feel as well.
Yeah.
You know, like if you write the music first and you write the lyrics based on that, just matches a lot easier and gels nicer.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like an influx of songs that you've written without lyrics that are just building up and you're just waiting to have lyrics to go with
Always.
it? Yeah.
Dude, we
Always.
I reckon we have like maybe 3 or 4 songs because I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm pumping out heaps of shit. I'm writing heaps of shit, and then we'll jam on them. And then they'll kind of just sit there stagnated for a while because I'm like, I don't know how to fucking sing over these
We
things.
forget about some of them, and then like we'll come back like 6 months. We're like, do you remember that song?
I literally did that the other day. There's a song that we fucking used to jam, and I think we almost played live once.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck, that's a good
What-
song. We should
whatever
actually
happened to
finish
that?
that
Like-
song.
How'd you almost play it live once if you didn't have lyrics?
The show that we were gonna use it, well, fucking, you just mumble words, dude.
Yeah,
I've had to do that
yeah.
for so many shows.
Yeah.
That's my normal.
That's
song.
like, that's like
I feel like that's
normal
the Kurt
singing.
Cobain approach.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, we were gonna play it live, and then I think the show that we were gonna use it live got canned. So we're like, oh, okay. And we didn't play for like 3 weeks and didn't jam.
Just forgot about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Speaking of canned, Scorched Fest.
Oh yeah.
Scorchy.
Because you guys were meant to be at Scorched Fest.
I was supposed to help put it together. Unfortunately, it was like just kind of a lot of miscommunications and a lot of like just, I guess, poor timing.
Yeah.
It was like the tickets weren't selling because there was like Brisbane's oversaturated right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
it's hard for like a lot of big events, especially ones like Scorched, where it's kind of under the covers until you really know about it. It's kind of hard to sell tickets based off the idea of like, dude, it's back. Like look at you guys were talking about Shackerfest before.
Yeah.
The name itself already sells tickets.
Yeah.
And then you're like, fuck, who's on Shackerfest this year? And then you go into detail. But it's like, it was shit like that. It was just trying to get everything to line up perfectly.
It's competing with Waves as well. I
Yeah.
was going to see Waves while Scorch was on because I went to the previous Scorched, and then when I saw it this year, I was like, oh yeah, I'll probably go. And I was like, wait a minute, what's the day? And I was like, yeah, this is
It's just
on
such
the
a
same date
tough
as the
time of
Waves.
year, especially for Brisbane to try and book
Yeah.
shows. Like
Yeah.
so many shows, like This and That is a good example.
Oh yeah,
This
that
and
got, we were talking about that on the ride here.
like
yeah,
literally
you
had to
probably
get fucking just canned because
Yeah.
they couldn't do it.
Yeah, well, I was actually working with Mackenzie on the first Scorched when she was doing it. I was doing her sponsorship and stuff like that.
Yeah, sick.
And I remember because it was originally going to be called Sunbleached Festival.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
Sunbleach came
But then
about.
there's a band called Sunbleached. And so
Sunbleached,
she messaged him out of courtesy being like, hey, we're going to do this. And they're like, oh no, we'd rather you didn't, blah, blah, blah.
Really?
So, yeah.
Really?
I would have thought they would have been like, yeah, fuck yeah.
I would've been
a
like,
festival
yeah,
after
Fuck yeah,
us.
put us on it.
Well, no,
Literally.
yeah, make us headline or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. I mean, personally, I listen to Sunbleach. I really enjoy Sunbleach.
Yeah. But yeah, they just said, oh, we'd rather not.
Verum
Like, I think
Fest.
I don't think they knew each other, so they
Yeah.
just kind of probably, and they were new starting out. They were only just sort of breaking into the scene, so I guess I can understand.
Yeah.
But I remember like there was, because we were like in a group chat with me, her, and Mikey, one of our other mates that was doing it, and we'd come up with like a big list of other names to call it, and you know I'm terrible at coming up with names for a lot of things, so I'm just throwing shit out there, and she's like, no. And then I think she's just like, what about Scotch? And I was like, yeah, how would we make that work? And then we sort of looked at the logo ideas, and we were looking at the skeleton sun with the sun on it with the
I
sitting
love
on
that,
the
dude.
chair.
I bought the shirt. It was sick.
Definitely
Yeah.
a shirt. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I remember doing all that kind of stuff, and it was so much fun. But it was stressful because I think it was her first festival, first time I'd ever worked on a festival in that sense. And yeah, it was stressful because we didn't think it was going to sell many tickets. And then you know, only the few days leading up to it that it just started. She's like, "Oh, dude, this is going well."
Yeah.
And then we got there, and I remember her just being like, "Dude, look at this! This is sick!"
It
Yeah,
was
it's fucking
sick.
huge,
Yeah.
dude. It was
Super
really
fun.
good.
Yeah, I remember rocking up like a fair bit into the day, and I was like, wow, there's like a lot of people here.
Yeah.
Yeah, for a split stage.
Yeah.
But at quite a large venue as well.
Yeah, I don't think Brightside's the best venue to have that sort of capacity at a dual
No.
stage event.
No.
But
But it was sick watching Towns in that small outside stage, dude.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
mental.
I
that
still
was...
haven't seen Towns in
Dude,
it's been
that's
so
fun,
long.
dude.
Yeah,
You should have come last time then, Joseph.
I didn't know of towns back then.
I did invite you to it.
I only
I was also
like,
trying to sell tickets.
I only got into towns like 3 weeks ago. Oh, sorry, not 3 weeks ago. 3 months ago, maybe 4.
Yeah.
I wanted to see him with Betty Ray's, but I couldn't get a ticket. It sold like just the day before, and I was like, "Fuck!"
Yeah.
I spent the whole next day looking for secondhand tickets. Nah. And then
Town's are fun, dude. Town's got so
yeah.
much energy, like for 2 people.
Yeah.
Oh,
they're
it's just
huge.
such a
They're just
vibe.
the
When I
most
saw them
wholesome
playing
band.
with wrestling figurines in that video, I lost my mind. I was like, "This is the band for me."
I want this.
They couldn't
like-
actually make the that Brightside gig. Actually,
Yeah.
the drummer did his foot in basically,
Yeah,
so they couldn't make it. So
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You fucking like. Did you break it or like this?
Oh no, he's like
I think he
sprained
rolled
it, but he rolled it in a way where like there was a photo of it and it was like it was just
swole.
purple. It
Fucking
was
giant.
yeah.
Yeah, no.
True.
Towns is one of those bands that just crept into me. I'm like, holy fuck, this is so
Literally,
good.
I think they've crept into everyone though. Like,
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
they just
sure.
appeared. Like,
They've got such a cult following, but I think
Yeah.
that's because like they get out and they meet everybody everywhere they go.
Yeah.
Like every time I've ever seen them play somewhere, as soon as they get off stage, they're coming out and they're chatting to every single person that wants to
I
chat
have
to
like
them.
200 mutual friends with them on Facebook. I'm not friends with them on Facebook, but like literally everyone else that I'm friends with on Facebook is friends with
Sounds
them.
like we need
So
to
where
get
to be?
Towns on it.
yeah.
You
Shout
just need to
out.
sell yourself as a musician.
When they're in
Doesn't
town,
matter
we'll
what.
get them. We'll get Towns.
Actually, at Scorched, I asked him if he wanted to come on, and he said yes, and I just never got back to him.
Jesus Christ,
Well, it's
missed
happening.
opportunity.
Thanks for reminding me. 'Cause
Oh, you fumbled
I'll
the bag.
definitely be on
Favors
it.
will be pulled.
All right. We're just gonna jump into a beer tasting now. We're gonna start off with the Moondog tropical beer can. I'll just get Quinn to read out the tasting notes.
All right, so according to Untapped, this is an extremely drinkable tinny that's chock full of tropical fruit character. It's light and refreshing. It's perfect for summer merriment and outdoor drinking with mates. Apparently, it's light, fruity, tropical, clean, and hoppy.
So the best way to do this, if you
mate.
give it a little bit of a spin, get the head to build up because it brings the carbon through. Have a bit of a smell, and then exhale, take a sip, and inhale while it's in your mouth, and you'll get the full flavour and the mouthfeel and the scent.
Ooh. Yeah.
Just so we have reference, we're drinking out of champagne glasses.
Champagne glasses.
Champagne.
That is
Sorry,
pretty.
I'm not very classy.
Damn.
And yes,
nice.
everybody's pinky is up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Pinky's out.
That is
Ooh
super
la la.
fresh.
That is. It's like it's like juice. Goddamn.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
It's
tropical
super
was
light.
definitely right. Yeah.
tropical to hit the note on
Very
there,
easy
yeah.
drinking.
It's
Yeah.
super light. Like
You've got your mango, your passion fruit in there. It's awesome.
Bit of pineapple, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna stick with tropical.
Yeah.
peach. It says pressed peach on the can, so there's peach in there too.
No, it is really nice. Very easy drinking.
Yeah, very light.
Yeah. Some.
It does taste a bit like a
Oh,
fucking juice.
no, we've just lied, Jed, because we're not drinking out of champagne glass.
Well,
We are.
they're all drinking
Yeah,
out of champagne
alright.
glasses,
There are
apart from
champagne
Quinton and
glasses
I, who
here.
have some really nice tumblers.
There are some
just-
champagne glasses here.
I love how the name of the beer has can in it. Like, what? Like,
Yeah, it's
what
almost
is
got
that
like
supposed to mean?
it's almost
We
got like a
don't bottle
lagery
Yeah.
taste.
Man, maybe it's not designed to be out of. I haven't seen that. I haven't seen a Moondog in a bottle.
Most of the
True.
breweries I don't think do bottles.
Yeah, it's too
expensive
expensive.
to
Yeah.
We had our own beer.
So like, oh really?
Yeah, we
Oh,
did.
should I still got like
Dude.
6 of them.
I've got a couple at home too,
Yeah, yeah.
unopened.
Who'd
but
you
I
do
would-
those with?
Fucking Thirsty Chiefs.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so before we got close to Callum and all that, before we actually started doing heaps of shows up this way, we actually got to put on a show there because we had like a mate of ours who knew him, and then he was like, "Oh, dude, I got a like brewery," and we'd seen a bunch of people there. We saw fucking Total Pace play there, and that's why we're like, "Dude, I want to play a show here." And then when we got to know like the manager of it, we were like, "Can you make us a beer too, please?" Like, basically just like rebranded one of their like other ones, but like I sent him the label with the brand and like branded them all, and like we got our own label done. It was sick.
Yeah, we went in there a bit early. I got a video of Logan putting a sticker on of one of the bottles. And what was it? A double IPA?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
It hit like it's
That's
on
a
bricks.
Verum.
Yeah.
What was it called again? What do we call it?
Sipper?
Sipper.
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 The Sipper.
I voted for Verum.
I can't do double IPA.
Verum Yum?
Dude, no, I love
That's
double
terrible.
Oh
IPA.
no, that's right. It was called Sipper because it was for our Scars
Scars release.
release.
Scars.
Yeah.
So it was like
Great
Scars
song.
double IPA or
Yeah.
Sipper. I thought that was really smart.
You
That
should
is
have
really
seen
good.
the set though. Like, I don't think we realized they were 1.7. So
Oh,
like
oh,
halfway
my
through,
God.
like we got this.
We have a
set
video of
live.
it somewhere, and like the first half is fucking phenomenal, and then the
Yeah.
last half is fucking atrocious.
Yeah, I understand that a lot. Like, I work at a craft beer bar, but I've always been a 4X drinker, or like,
Yeah.
you know, just a standard
Body
drink
life. Yeah.
lager
Yeah.
drinker.
Awesome.
And now I work at a craft beer bar, and like, without even thinking, you know, some of them are like 8, 9, 10, 12, 13%. And I'll go in there some nights. Like, I went in for trivia one night, and I think I've told this story on the last podcast, but I went in there and just started on the pints on these 9% double IPAs or triple IPAs, I,
remember
think
when
it
he
was.
got home.
God.
Fucking
And I remember like halfway into trivia, I don't remember leaving. I tried to arm wrestle my chef. I was apparently the trivia host who like works for the trivia place that comes to my work every single week kept catching me trying to cheat.
Oh, really?
yeah, I was fucked up.
Yeah,
Drunk Jed is a cheater. We've
Yeah,
learned.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I didn't go because I was taking just a break from drinking, but I remember it was around
That doesn't happen often.
10, and I just remember waking up to use the bathroom, and like, you know, Jed's come home with Tom, and he's basically just on the lounge room floor, just rolling around. And, like,
Yeah,
he-
those
he didn't-
IPAs do something to you.
He didn't get up to get to bed. Instead, he just sort of crawled along the floor with Tom following him, and Tom sort of just had to help him in.
At the time, it was more effective.
Yeah, so I've learned to drink craft beer by the pots now instead of pints.
Yes.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
but you know,
They can be ruthless.
yeah, it's a teaching moment. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Everybody needs those sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely a humbling moment.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
enjoy
I like
your
the
place.
pubs that have the paddles where you get like the 120 millers. You get
Oh.
Oh yeah,
We do that, but I hate people that order them.
Yeah, because
Fuck.
people will be like, yeah, I want to get like really, really messed up, so I'll just order like 3 of these and have a taste of each drink. It's like, that's not how it works. Just ask them for a strong beer and get a pint of it.
Yeah.
Actually, Simon from DZ, because was sort of the one who I know almost inspired this like little segment, because he actually was like, rather than doing Cards Against Humanity, because he was like a bit, you know, wary of that, because we said a lot of like dicey fucking shit. He was like, why don't we do
Which none
like,
of you have ever heard because we cut it all out.
Yeah, why don't we do a beer flight tasting? And yeah, I was sort of thinking of doing it, but then COVID hit and he didn't want to do it until he could tour his album and stuff. But yeah, when he came on, it was like the perfect opportunity, basically, to sort of like do that idea.
But we decided to scrap cards by then anyway, just because it was
Yeah.
just there was too much.
It's a bit risky. Like,
Well,
yeah.
out of context, 100%.
Not even that. You've got to focus on it so much that like during the game, whenever like there's a little bit of dead air, somebody like we might ask a question. And then it gets into a conversation that lasts 20 minutes, and then we're like, oh shit, whose turn is it? And we get a bit lost, and they might be mid-game where they've read out like 2 of the cards, and we're like, oh, hang on, it's my turn, I've got to read the cards out. So it was like hard to keep up with, too much attention to follow. So our new games are a little bit like,
Something a bit more quick and engaging.
yeah, something that I definitely
speaking
didn't
of-
steal off Jimmy
Speaking
Fallon.
of, we should
I
play
think
a
we should
game.
play one of those.
Well,
Weren't we
we're
going
gonna
to
do the
continue?
beer
We're going to
tasting
do the
first?
beer tasting first.
Do you want to do all the tastings, or do you want to go?
I reckon you could
We
sprinkle
can
them
split
in.
them up, yeah.
Sprinkle them in.
Alright.
Fuck it.
We
Well,
literally have the perfect segue.
Alright.
The
But,
segway's been done.
well, we can go from that segue into this, but real quickly, what do you guys think of the beer?
I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's good. It's a fucking midday drink, dude.
Yeah, so I-
Drinkable is the word, you know.
I was saying before, I was like, it almost tastes like a lager. So I just jumped back on Untapped, and it actually is a lager pale. So it's a pale ale lager.
That makes
Yeah,
sense.
so
I like
it's a lager they've actually put like pale ale hops into to give that sort of like fruity
Yeah.
flavor.
That's actually good.
So
yeah.
yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Um,
Brings the flavor, like brings it all together.
Yeah.
Slut for a pale ale.
I hate to bring this up, but if we do go into a game, they are going to warm up.
Oh, true.
Warm beer.
Okay, no, let's just forge on with the tasting. That never happens.
Yeah, do you guys want to have a warm
Cannoli. Cannoli beer.
almighty cannoli,
All right,
cannoli
we'll do the
pastry
cannoli.
sour ale?
Let's do the cannoli
Hell
one.
no.
All right, we'll do the
Let's
cannoli and
cannoli
then
one.
yeah.
Have you guys had sour beers before?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I love a good sour.
I
Yeah.
love, dude. I was on 7 Bells by Green Beacon for so long.
Oh yeah.
But they're super flavorful, like
No.
Green
crazy.
Beacon do some
me,
nice
They are
beers.
tart.
Yeah.
That's a good
The
one.
Sunny Boy Sours.
Sunny Boy Sours, dude. Yeah.
I drank 4 of them once in like 2 hours.
Yeah. That's a
I
bad
was
idea.
fucking gone.
Literally.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah,
couldn't
the sours
believe
creep up on you.
it. Oh yeah, because they definitely digest a little slower.
Yeah.
So me and Joseph used to go out for he used to go out with a bunch of friends on like every Friday night to a place in
Stone's Corner.
Stone's Corner.
Crafty Fox now.
Crafty Fox, yeah. And they'd always get because they had like a wing special, so you can get like all these like spicy wings and shit like that. And they had the craft beers. So I used to go with them every now and again. And he'd always be like, "Oh, do you want to try the sour beers?" And I'd try them, and I was like, "These are fucking terrible." And then when I started working at my work, because we have rotating taps, so we only get one keg of every beer, and once that runs out, we put a brand new beer on, so it never changes, never stays the same.
Same beer. Yeah.
So every day when I go into work, I've got to try all the new beers. So I had to like try everything, whether I liked it or not. And then I started drinking all the sours at work, and then like the strawberry rhubarb from Brouhaha.
Oh, I've had that one.
Yeah,
That's
they're fucking beautiful. And
That's
then
awesome.
all of a
You can
sudden-
only have one though. It's too sickly.
Yeah, well, you know they made an imperial version, which is 7%.
Oh, I
it
forgot
tastes
about
exactly
Imperials.
the same.
Alright.
Dude,
Exactly the same,
was that
but
drink?
it's 7% instead of 4.
What was that drink that we used to get
The
from
pineapple
Tomcat?
ones.
Yeah, it was like a pineapple super sour, and it was literally like 3.1
Tomcat.
standards in
Oh.
one can.
Yeah.
There's
Literally, I'd have 2 of those, and I was fucked.
Like Sunny Boy Sours 3-2.
Yeah.
The guy Tomcat said, "This is your third one." I'm like, "Yeah, man." He's like, "I'm not giving you any more beers after this." Oh shit.
I had a Pavlova sour at Tomcat
Oh,
once,
yeah.
and
True.
that was
I've had that one.
phenomenal. Yeah, I never saw it again though.
Yeah.
Those I like a good strong sour, but as long as it's not like too sweet.
Yeah.
Like I have one and I'm just like,
But also not too tart. It needs to sit right in the
Yeah.
middle.
Yeah.
Some are like
I've had some
dry
shockers.
Yeah.
So Rebel's just come out with a series, and they're all like, there's one that's like frosty fruits, but they've called it Frosty Frights, obviously for copyright reasons.
Yeah.
And then they had like an ice cream one. They're all supposed to be like regular known ice creams or lollies, sort of to taste like the flavor, and they almost do, but they taste way too fake to be what
it's
it
like
is.
artificial.
So
Yeah.
they're nice, but like compared to like one that's got real fruit in it, which you seem to only really get from like small breweries these days, because once you've got to put 80 kilos of strawberries in, it's costing you a shit ton of money.
fuck ton of money.
Where small breweries that only do small batches can do that, but when you go to like Green Beacon size or something like that, it's all got to be flavoring, otherwise it's just going to cost too much. So like. Yeah, it makes a massive difference. But yeah, these Rebel ones were like, they're nice. I would drink them if they were there, but I don't think I go out of my way to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get that.
All right, well, let's see whether you'll go out of your way to get these. Is the almighty cannoli pastry
sniff that.
sour ale.
Damn.
I can
is
already
that?
It smells very caramelly.
All
Yeah,
right.
caramel in it, dude.
So, do you guys want to take a sip before I start reading
I'm
out the
getting like,
tasting
yeah.
notes?
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah,
We're
that's-
bringing-
That's scary.
We're bringing the holy grail of desserts to life in beer form with
shit.
help from our friends at the Canolaria. Some of us moondoggos
like that.
love to visit the Canolaria
That's
for
dangerous.
lunch, and lunch is in in quotes. And one day we got talking. Turns out the admiration and pursuit of wonderful deliciousness is mutual, which is a perfect place for a collaboration brew to start. Based off Canolaria's sacred cannoli recipe and brewed with 1,500 kilos of whey from Datsamore ricotta. That's
jacked.
This beer has a biscuity, malty base, a creamy ricotta-like mouthfeel, and a tart, Moorish finish. Well, that was a mouthful.
I
so
don't
guess
think we've
like
had a
that.
more accurate beer.
I think that was
Yeah.
to the
tasting
dude.
notes on this
Dude,
podcast.
fuck that. That
That's-
tastes like
oh.
apple cider vinegar. That shit's gross.
Dude,
right?
I'm not into it.
Look, I'll be
No.
honest,
I
I'm
love
not
it.
a fan. Like,
Oh.
Yeah, no, I think
Personally-
that's very. I don't
personally,
like it.
I'm like fruity sweet. I don't
Yeah.
like there's a
Dessert ones.
yeah, like the dessert stouts as well.
Someone can have the rest. Of
Yeah.
this
Stuff like
food,
that.
you know.
Like
I'm a little scared of that.
there's people out there that love them. I can't do it. It's like mixing like liquids with solids.
Yeah, I guess I've had so many of the pastry sours that I'm kind of used to it now, like the desserty ones.
Yeah.
This
Um,
reminds me
But I'd also
of
like to point out this is 7.5%. This one.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
They
It
pretty.
reminds
They,
me of butterscotch schnapps.
yeah.
Yeah,
so
it is a
Oh
bit.
my
Yeah.
God, bro.
They,
Schnapps.
they
I'm a
mask
fan.
that
That's
7.5
amazing.
pretty well though.
Might get some of this for work actually.
All right.
Get a
Well,
cake
I
of it.
guess you can finish off any of the.
Well, it's actually kind of reminds. Sorry, go.
Do you think nowadays, instead of like bringing over a bottle of wine to a lady, you're gonna bring over just a 4-pack of some really fancy
Fuck yeah, dude.
things? Because I'm like, this is a little more interesting of an experience. Than
I wouldn't date a girl who didn't drink beer.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say.
It's all he fucking
You
talks
would have
about.
met Georgia then. sense.
If
Like-
they don't appreciate that, then
That's
I'm
like,
the one.
is that like the new modern kind of thing? Like we're changing the
Dude,
ritual?
100%. I do that now.
Some brewery needs to make that a marketing campaign.
Well, I mean,
That's Valentine's Day.
No, I think it's a pretty
Valentine's
good one.
Day.
Beer for him and her.
Jen's brought
His or
back.
hers IPA. Yeah, that's a great idea. I'm gonna pitch that to a brewery.
Jen's
Yeah.
brought back like a big
It's
fancy
on.
bottle of mead before. Actually, I
Mead.
feel like
Yeah,
Jen
so
bringing mead is.
There's
gonna be-
this really cool brewery down in Tasmania called 2 Meter Tall. It's run by a husband and wife couple that are from France. They used to be winemakers in France. They moved to Tasmania to start a winery. They bought 450 acres of property down in Tassie to start a winery, and they found like a couple of acres of wild growing hops on their property. So they started trying to make beer using their wine knowledge, but making it a little bit different. So it's all really unique beer.
I've actually heard of these guys. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
every
yeah.
single thing that goes into every single one of their beers is grown naturally and organically on their own property. They don't buy anything anywhere.
That's
It's
sick.
all.
Yeah.
I think they've done a few beers where they had to get like pumpkins or something from somewhere else, but they literally just got it from their neighbor's farm.
Yeah,
they don't go to the store and buy shit.
Yeah.
Apparently, like I've spoken to a few people that have been to the brewery, and like they have no employees. It's just the husband and wife. The husband does all the brewing, works the tap room, and the wife does all the online ordering and stuff like that.
Who does the gardening?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer to that one.
That's so, like, if you've ever done any gardening, boys, like, it's
Who's
a
for all the
lot of work.
pumpkins, man? Like,
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, backyard's hard enough. 450 acres, you think you said?
Yeah.
God damn.
But it's all wild fermented, so every single one of their beers taste sour. So their cider tastes like a sour cider. Their like cleansing ale, which is like just an ale, has that sort of like, because it's all wild fermented.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's kind of got that sourness to it that kind of brings it together. But this mead, so mead's made of honey, so it's fermenting honey instead of fruit.
sick.
And it's actually a sparkling mead. And it's by far my favorite drink that they have. It's like $40 a bottle, 700ml bottle, like a wine bottle with a big pop top on it.
Yeah.
And you got to drink it like wine. You can't just sit there and sesh on it.
Yeah.
You have to take your time.
Yeah, absolutely. But like they made some really cool stuff. We had a few kegs on at work, and we had their cleansing ale, which is really nice. It's a little bit sweet for me on my taste. They've got some really nice wild fermented ciders, but I'm not a cider person. But people give really good reviews about it. And the most recent one we had was their can't remember, but yeah, it was really nice. It was more on the bitter side to sort of take away from that sour, but it still had that sort of balance to it. So it really came through really nice. But they're so unique, and I've never drunk anything like their stuff.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Should bring some of them on.
Yeah, surely.
yeah. I'll see if I can get in contact with their rep if they have one.
Yeah. It's just old love in like
Yeah.
the Windows XP. Like,
For these warm intolerably, I think we should probably get into the dip hippopotamus.
Can you say that 4 times?
No, I can't. I can barely say it once.
Hippopotamus. My lyrics are
So yeah, this is once again
was
by
lunch.
Moondog.
This one's a nice clean 6.5%.
sick.
Also, I had this one on tap at work a couple of weeks ago, and it is really nice. And
Awesome.
I don't know if this is in the tasting notes that Quinton's about to read out, but it's actually got a brand new type of hops that nobody's ever used in Australia. It's been in development in New Zealand for the last I think they said it was like 15 years in development or something like that.
Cheers, bro.
IPA.
And it's this is
Yes.
so no beer you've probably ever had would have the same hops as this, and it's so like. Usually when you get like a really hoppy beer or something like that, it's kind of got that real bitterness to it. But this has a really clean, crisp hop flavor to it, really well balanced with the malt.
So here's the description.
So
Or the
yeah,
tasting
I'll
notes.
let Quinton do
that
that. But
was the
Well, I
description.
mean, it's a good way to explain an IPA. I mean, like, if you
Yeah.
have one in, like, with normal hops now, I can say. It's just
yeah,
like,
well, I'm pretty
you
sure it
get
is.
the bitterness.
I think it is just a single IPA. It's close to a double
Wild
IPA, but
what's
it's
happened
not.
to beer.
Smells good, man. I
Mm,
like
it
that.
is
When
really
did you
nice.
guys graduate? You said 2016 you were school captain, so all around there. Okay.
17
Yeah.
we graduated.
I graduated 2009, right?
Oh, you guys
I'm
are
a little older.
I graduated 2015.
Yeah, cool.
Wild.
Yeah, dude, where?
Right.
I didn't
When
graduate.
I graduated, right, the only beers you could get were like 4X,
Great Northern.
Heineken, Great Northern,
Yeah.
Tooheys Extra Dry.
Tooheys Extra Dry.
Dude, fuck Tooheys Extra Dry. That shit sucks, man.
That's what I grew up
I
on in
lived on
Taree.
that at uni.
We didn't have
I
4X in
lived on
Taree.
it.
We had
going for me.
we had
Yeah.
Tooheys and Hans Super Dry. It was like
Oh, Super Dry.
So
is
I used-
trash, dude.
So this is how small town Taree is, right? So I was 16 going to the pub and not getting carded.
Yeah.
So I was going to the pub with my mates for their birthdays and stuff when I was 16, just getting in there. Like I had a bit of facial hair,
Yeah.
but like the kind of facial hair like a normal like 19-year-old would have.
Yeah.
But I was 16, I had enough to kind of get away with it.
Yeah.
So, and because I was always too nervous to go to the bar the first like 5 or 6 times, I just get my mates to go, and they'd always just bring back the what did I just say?
The drinks.
Super Han.
No, not the Han Super Dry. The
Extra dry, the cheese.
no, what's the other one? Oh yeah, it was Han Super Dry. Sorry,
Han
sorry.
Super Dry. Super Han.
Few beers here, guys. Yeah, so the Han Super Dry. That's what I was like. That was my original beer that I started drinking. And then as soon as I sort of built the courage up to go to the bar, it was the only thing I'd order for a while because it was the only thing I knew.
Yeah.
But then somebody's like, "Oh, have you tried the extra dry?" So I had that, and I thought it was a little bit nicer. It had a little bit more of a flavour to
And
it.
then you realise there's more.
Yeah.
Now
Then I
he's
realised
gone
there's more.
far down that beer rabbit
discovering
hole
drop
to the
B.
point where.
Actually, I've got a really great story about my 18th birthday. Because,
can I read the tasting notes out first?
Had a few stories.
Yeah, alright. I'll
Save it.
we'll come back to
We'll
this.
come back.
Yeah.
Okay. Moondog call this the dip hippopotamus, and the flavors are bottomless with an exclamation mark.
Oh,
This
okay.
dip hopped cold IPA is one of the first beers in Australia brewed with a super special, super new hop from the Bract Brewing program of
okay.
New Zealand.
Okay.
Give it a crack and tell them what you think. They think it's bloody beautiful with another exclamation mark. And there's also a big bunch of stuff about how this brewery was founded by 2 violin-playing brothers, but that's not part of the tasting notes.
We should get him on the
That
potty.
is sick, dude. I like that a lot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I think we're the
It's
first
very
one to say,
clear.
Yeah.
I don't taste anything.
Yeah, that's kind of me, but it's kind of nice.
Like it's. I got the back end of the IPA.
It's always that
But
aftertaste.
Yeah, that.
Mm.
It's got the
It's-
aftertaste of IPA. for
initially,
yeah.
nothing.
Going down, it's just super smooth.
But-
It's like you're drinking water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Powerade.
I mean that in a good way.
Yeah.
It's
No-
almost on that
nothing
real
else.
crisp lager side, but it's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
really strong
It does have a
IPA.
lager like vibe to it.
It
Well,
tips
it's
on
like
the tongue.
I'm a big fan of IPAs, but the one thing I always hate with IPAs is some of them like have that really like dirty kind of aftertaste, like you
Yeah.
said,
Oh,
like
yeah,
a
for
mouthful of
sure.
dirt.
That's
I get
normally
none
the
of
hops.
that. I get
Yeah,
none
Yeah,
of
it's
that
very
weird.
clean. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good
Yeah,
way.
that's a good one.
It's really nice.
Yeah, so when we had this on tap, it was selling like hotcakes. Like it was,
Yeah, I
I think
like
it was
it.
pretty decently priced, but like normally like beers will sell pretty evenly, and then you'll get like one beer every now and again that everyone just keeps coming back. Like, no, this is the best thing
This
you have
is
on
the
tap.
one.
We
Yeah,
have
you
we have
should bring
14
it back
taps at
for
both
sure.
venues, and there's a lot to choose from. We got fridges with like probably 30, 40 different
Yeah.
kinds of beer in it, but people just come back for this.
That's it.
That was like the mango sour at Crafty.
The mango sour,
Yeah, from
dude.
Currumbin Valley, dude.
Crumman Valley.
Yeah, I've had that
Yes.
one. That was
Oh my
beautiful.
God. I remember
Yeah.
when, like, during COVID and stuff, the owner was doing a solid, and I come in with a Radler, just like a bottle, like a liter bottle from like Kmart, and just said, fill that up, and I'll pay like $15,
right.
and I just took
That's
take
right.
2 of them and just take them home and be like,
Was whenever
this
like
is amazing, and I just sit there with that on the couch and be like, this is Friday
Fucking
night.
hell.
Gotta get yourself some growlers.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I mean, a growler, damn.
Yeah. Oh, that's what you had.
what we used,
Well, a mock bottle, just like a thing I could cap it like at the
Yeah.
Kmart, yeah.
what we
Yeah.
used to do is like at that restaurant, we used to whenever we change the beer taps, we try to keep like whenever if you've ever had to change beer taps before, there's always like a lot of runoff before you empty the tap and then you actually go through and clean it out.
Yeah.
We'd keep some of that runoff, especially during COVID, because fuckwits like Zane and I and Tom would come and buy it. So we'd like it would be just like almost like jugs full of like fucking that sour. We had heaps of double IPAs and shit. And
Dude,
it was
that
nice.
a thing?
It was a thing.
Yeah.
It was sick.
What?
And then
Yeah.
we fucking went through it, but then we got so many they'd just sit in the fridge for too long.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of was flat, and then it became gross.
Yeah.
we do a line clean every like 3 weeks, and we've got about probably 5-6 meters of line, which is about a jug and a half of each beer with 14 taps.
Yeah.
So every like 3 or 4 Thursdays after we do trivia, we'll just start cleaning the lines out, and we'll fill all the jugs up, and we'll just sit around and drink it all before we go.
Yeah.
And we always just
Awesome.
leave absolutely
That's
shit faced. Like the cooks will bring growlers and take it home with them.
Yeah,
and
smart.
me and Jackson will just sit there and just like we were sitting there mopping the floors, just like fuck man.
So your story before, Jed, of your 18th.
Yeah, so my on my 18th birthday, I turned 18 on a Sunday, but because there was this one pub in Taree that I used to get into, which is the Manning River Hotel. Shout out,
Manning River.
yeah. So yeah, I was going there since probably like 6 months into me being 16. Was like one of my mates' 18s. It was the first time I went there. Like, oh, bro, you'll easily be able to get in. What we'll do is we'll park in the car park, which is where the door to the pokies room is. They'll go in the front doors. They'll come and open the pokies doors because they have those like sort of emergency exit doors where you
Yeah,
open them from the inside.
Yeah.
So they just like lean up against there. I'd walk in and just straight into the pokies room.
Yeah.
And they'll like just sit at the pokies for a bit, You'll be
Chill
right.
out. Yeah.
We'll go get you a beer. Sweet, no worries. So I walked in there, sat down at the pokies, put $2 in because I didn't know anything about pokies, and I only had $2 because I was 16. Yeah. So I was just doing the 1 cent spins just to make it look like I meant to be there.
Yeah.
And then so I was going there for years and got to the point where I could go in the front doors. All the people at the bar knew me. I could walk up to the bar. They'd start pouring the beer I wanted because they knew what I wanted every time. And then on my 18th birthday was on a Sunday, so we decided we go out on the Saturday night. But do you guys ever remember? Probably, what am I? 27 now, so almost 10 years ago, they used to sell 5-litre Heineken kegs at BWS.
The Heineken.
The little, it was like a tiny little drum like this, and you just pull the lever and it starts pouring.
What was it, like 3 litres?
It was 5.
5?
5, I'm pretty sure, yeah.
Fuck yeah, they were good.
So I bought one of those for pre-drinks.
You poor soul.
Yeah, and so we sat at home, had a few beers out of that, just in glasses or whatever, and then we're like, we'll walk up to the Manning, which would have been like 5Ks from my house, but it was Tari, so it was
What else
an
you gonna do with Tari?
easy walk. There was no such thing as Uber. None of us had money for a taxi, so we're like, yeah, whatever. So I was like, oh fuck, we'll just take the keg with us. So there's like 5 or 6 of us just walking all the way up the main street of Tari, just passing the keg around, just pouring it in our mouths. And then my mum had a work dinner that night, but I told her probably about 3 or 4 months before I turned 18 that I'd been going to the pub. I used to just tell her I was staying at a mate's place, but I was going every week.
Just always hanging at my mate's place.
Yeah, but she just had no idea. But I told her
Shout out Jed's mum.
Yeah, shout out Jed's mum, my mum. So she's like, yeah, no worries. I'm not gonna say anything now. It's too late. I can't stop you, so I'm not gonna be a big issue for you with this. And I was like, sweet. I was like, just don't tell Dad. And she's like, yeah, no worries. And then, so she's like, I'll come up after my work dinner, but she goes, I won't buy you a drink until you're 18. And I was like, no, that's fair enough. Anyway, so she got up there probably about 10:30, 11 o'clock, came in, we're all having beers, playing pool, and then Mum comes up to me about 3 minutes before midnight, and she goes, come on, Jed, let's go to the bar, I'll buy you a drink for your birthday as soon as it turns midnight. So we walked up to the bar, we're in line, and the bar manager, who's known me for a year and a half, walks up the service, and my mum, who also had a few beers at this point, just walks up to him, looks at her watch, and she goes, I'd like to buy my son a beer for his 18th birthday now. And I'm just sitting there with my ID pointed out with the biggest grin on my face.
Can't do anything from then on.
He just looked angry.
Fuck, dude.
So angry. And then he just he just didn't say anything, not a word, just poured the beers that Mum asked for.
Yeah.
And then we walked away, and then I turned around and I saw him walk up to the 2 security guards and point at me. I had no idea what the fuck they were saying, but I knew he was onto me. But it was too late.
Fuck. You can't do anything from that point.
I've seen this guy for how long?
Yeah.
He's been here for 3 years. I swear to God.
Yeah. Well, I did the same thing in Coolangatta when I started to go out. I went out when I was just 17. So just before I was 17 and at 17 years of age into a nightclub in Coolangatta. So that's before they used to do just stamps. They don't do stamps anymore, so you sign in or they've got you
we're chipped.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
5G chip. So what my mates used to do is go in early, get the stamp, and then rub it on.
The lick and rub. You got to lick it
And
first.
then
Yeah.
go over with a felt tip pen and kind of roughly, and then smudge it a bit. So we'd go hit up another bar that didn't care. I think it was a Commune, which isn't a thing anymore. Rip.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, they don't care, so you just let you in regardless. And then they close 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Dude, they were notorious for that.
And then you
Commune
make
was
it
that one place.
all the way to the other side of Cooley, head in the already signed in sort of line to show your wrist, stumble a bit. I was stumbling to shit. I was so drunk. Everyone was faking. I'm just God damn, why is everyone buying drinks all the time?
I think that's why they brought the rule in after 10 o'clock. They check every ID regardless, even if you're 60 years old.
Yeah, 100%. Because I was in there and I should not have been in there. One, my age, but two, I was just not accustomed to drinking as much as because I was a year younger than my year group, so they'd already started drinking, and I was drinking with them at parties and stuff, but not going out or anything like that. And it's just relentless there.
Yeah. Did you guys ever go to any gigs at Downstairs Crowbar?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
We even played one. It was fucking atrocious.
True. So you know how they always either had a red or
Rest
a
in
black
peace,
stamp that
Cobra.
was kind of like
Yes.
big and bulky?
Yeah.
So I've got a Triple J and a wax tattoo on my arm. One,
Sick.
the Triple J one's obviously red and the black
Yeah.
one, wax one's black. That hallway's very poorly lit.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
for about 2 years, I just walk in, wave my arm, they'd let me in without a ticket.
That is
That's so
awesome.
good.
That is so
Yeah.
good.
That's the
Such a
best
hack.
fucking strategy is like get just like a random mess or get something that's meaningful but hard to distinguish and then just flash it at
I'll tell you what, Triple J was not meaningful.
I
was-
Yeah,
Okay, so I was living down the Gold Coast at the time, and this is when I first started smoking weed.
Yeah.
So I was living with a couple of mates that were like huge stoners. So we'd always like after work every day we'd all meet out on the balcony because it was his parents' house that had moved to Newcastle for work. So we're just renting it out really cheap, really nice house. I think it sold for like $3.5 million or something. It was in Benora Point, so it was like this
Oh,
really nice
yeah,
place, like
yeah.
out on
On
this
the
like.
hill?
Yeah, no, it was down behind Coles. It was at the end of a cul-de-sac right
Yeah.
against the mangroves. So it was a really nice, quiet street out of the
Yeah,
way.
sick, yeah.
And the balcony at the back of the house
When
looked
was
out.
this? Like,
Uh,
Yeah, exactly.
4 or 5 years ago.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Because I thought
Yeah.
you'd started smoking earlier.
no, I didn't start smoking weed till I was 21.
Yeah,
I didn't start
alright,
doing
so-
anything till I was 21. I was straight
I
edge
think I
till then.
smoked weed
Yeah.
before I had my first beer.
Yeah.
Well, the band that I was in high school, just the crowd that I was in, it was just, that's what happened. And I was
Yeah.
like,
That's what you do.
yeah,
That area
my-
there,
Kingy,
that
dude.
makes
My
sense.
dad made me believe that, smoking weed was the same as doing heroin. Growing up, so that's how I
Literally,
always
yeah.
thought about
Dude,
it.
it's
Yeah.
such a boomer thing though.
Yeah.
Like,
no, the thing is, my dad said the same thing, and then I found his tin of weed. I'm just like,
Oi.
fuck? Hey, what?
He's like, nah, it's my medicine though.
Yeah. So me and my housemate were just like, I think it was like a Saturday afternoon or something. We both had the day off work, and we're just sitting on the balcony smoking, listening to like Bon So on Smith Street on repeat.
Nice.
We used to get so high that we just like take slow-mo videos of each other's like smoking bongs just to like, 'cause we thought it was so cool.
Dude, no, I have a funny like segue actually really quickly. Is the last party I went to, we were all just mega cooked, and then I was like, Zane gave me half a brownie, and then I was like, dude, do you
Cosmic
reckon,
brownie.
do you reckon ASMR bong rips is a thing?
Yes, I hope so.
And then for
You
the
just
next
listen to my other
That
podcast.
was
and for the next half an hour, we're just listening to ASMR bong
Logan
rips.
immediately searches it up and says, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
We're all still talking, all I hear is from the corners, well, the sound doesn't
Yeah.
belong with me, but
Like,
like,
if you want to make TikToks for Fab,
Yeah,
Yeah, so I have another podcast, the Friendly Aussie podcast, the Fab.
sick.
It's for
That's
my
awesome.
cannabis brand,
Nice.
Friendly Aussie Buds. It's
Sick.
Fab. But the intro for it, I came up with the idea, and it's Mitch doing it, and he's ripping a cone, but we put a kookaburra in the background, like it's like an early morning.
nah, that is beautiful.
I love
You get
that.
the like whole
yeah.
exhale. I'll play
Yeah,
for you
yeah.
after.
That's like
yes.
that's like the intro song. Like
yeah. And it's iconic to me. Like every
Yeah.
time I hear it, I'm like, that's it. That's the sound.
All right, so we got our usual game of categories. We have multiple categories that Jed unfortunately was not able to actually find the instructions for, but we have categories such as drugs, which are always a favorite in this podcast. We got music, we got musical instruments, and we also have musical genres. So the whole point of this game is you have to pick up a card and you have to essentially tell your other teammate what's on your card, but you're not allowed to actually use the word on the card. If it's a genre, you're not allowed to name bands and artists. You're sort of limited to just how
That genre makes
yeah,
you
feel, how it sounds basically. If it's an instrument, you can say, if it's a genre, you can say it's a genre. If it's an instrument, you can say it's an instrument, obviously. If it's a drug, you can say it's a drug. If it's an instrument, you can say how it's played. You can't really say people who play it. You can you can pretend to play it basically, and we'll just have to describe what you're doing to our audio only listenership.
make it work.
let's do it.
but in terms of the
And if it's a drug, I guess
Side
you got
effects.
you got
Yeah.
free reign, except you just can't use the name. So across all of these, you just can't say what's on
in
the card.
terms of not saying a band in terms of genre, there's a few exceptions to that. Like last time, I think the card was I can't remember what the card was, but somebody's like, oh, it's a genre that King Gizzard is, and I was like, well, that's a bit fucking.
How the fuck does that work?
Yeah.
How
Yeah,
sweet?
we
That
let
has been.
Yeah,
we let that one pass because it's just like, yeah, well, which genre?
I was like, that doesn't help. So I think it was
Could be
that was
here all
Simon.
day, listen.
Simon did that one for me, and I was like, that doesn't help at all. And he goes, what do you mean? Oh yeah.
You could be here
So
all day.
I think it was psych rock, and it was just
Yeah.
like I was like, it could be rap, it could be
Yeah, literally
melancholy, and it
anything.
could
Fucking
be
metal.
garage rock.
Yeah.
Like I don't know.
All right. Do you want me to start? You want me to
Yeah,
fucking
yeah. You
kick
go.
into it? All right.
Yeah, we should probably read out the team. So
Okay.
Cade is with Yosef.
I'm with Yosef. Logan
is
with Jed.
with Dear Jedley, and
Yeah.
Zane is with me. So let's go.
All right. So the
Team
first
alpha.
one, it's a genre. It makes you want to break stuff.
New metal.
Oh,
Damn.
Oh, that was smart because it wasn't actually because you can
Mine went
actually
straight
just
to
say
the
it.
That was fucking.
Well, that's why I was like, it's a genre. Break stuff.
Did anybody see the Woodstock '99 documentary?
Yes!
Yeah.
That thing is fucked up,
Bro,
dude.
That was fuck. Well, he's like the whole time he had the entire crowd calming the fuck down because he realized what was going on.
Yeah.
And he's
too
like,
late.
I need to calm. He had it sorted. He goes, I've calmed them all down. And then you just see in his eyes, they just glisten, and you just know that he just realized, you know, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
And he just goes, and now we're gonna break some shit. And then just starts fucking jumping straight into that. And
dude.
that's when they start ripping the fucking walls down.
Fuck.
Okay,
Now.
yeah. So you keep that card and
Yep, I'll keep that to the side. You'll go, Logan.
Alright.
Let's do it.
I'm scared.
So am I.
Just one shot at that. That was good.
Dude, what even is this?
I don't know what it
grab
is.
another card.
Grab
yeah.
another.
You
Yeah,
can grab
okay.
another card.
I'm not even sure.
Put that one back in the pile though.
Put it back in.
Underneath,
Because
yeah.
we count if you're
I
holding
don't
a
know
card,
what
you've
that
won
is.
Put that back too.
Bro, you gotta fucking pick one at least.
Are you expecting
Yeah, I think we can already draw
get
so
one
many though.
mulligan.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Oh,
you'll get
yup.
about
Alright.
so you get about 5 guesses. The other person gets about 5 guesses, as Jed figured out on the Wasted Vacation
I'm a bit
podcast.
slow,
Let's-
so I won't get it as quick as him. We'll see how
Nah,
we go.
dude, you'll get this easy. It's a drug. Whipped cream.
Names.
Yep.
All right, cool.
Was that a dead giveaway? I'm not sure.
Oh,
But
you gotta keep that
That's your
one.
point. Yeah.
yeah, sweet.
Alrighty.
I got a Nangs though.
Don't know. Oh man, I used to do them a lot. I don't think I'd ever want to do them again.
Yeah.
Oh man, probably once a month I get a $10.
Have you ever done them on ketamine?
Yeah.
It's
This is a
weird
genre?
experience.
Yep.
It has a definite color to the type
Black
of genre.
metal.
There you go.
It's literally his favorite genre.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
I
count.
I
Black
talk about
metal, yeah.
at the very end of this podcast. We usually do a plug, and like I've mentioned either a stoner metal band or a black metal band every time, basically. 'cause
Fucking
that's
hell.
basically all I,
I love it
listen
though.
to.
It's just
Yeah,
record it in a
start
garage
thinking
and
about
just
a band
go.
to give a plug
Yeah.
to.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Towards the end, we'll just be like, oh, what have you listened to lately?
It's too many
Give
games.
somebody a plug.
Yeah.
Alright.
All right, Yosef's turn now.
Pull a card.
Oh shit.
Yo. Joe LaGrasso.
G'day.
It's his stage
Oi.
name.
Oh yeah, I gotta do this. It makes you disassociate.
Oh fuck.
You snort it.
MD.
No.
Not cocaine.
No. You disassociate.
Okay, that's 2 guesses there.
Fuck, I'm not gonna get this.
You have 3
Hold
more.
on. Let me give you a clue. I'll give
I
you
can think of a
another-
really good clue.
Yeah, I can think of
it.
It's actually used in hospitals.
Come on, come on.
You got it, bro.
There's the thing about horses and
Oh,
tranquilizers.
ketamine.
Yeah, you didn't mention the horse.
That works so well.
That should be the first thing you
Wait, you didn't
said.
even say imagine being in a hole. That's how you got the last one.
True.
All right.
Let's go.
Oh no, it's my turn.
Yeah,
Sorry.
You're picking a card, bro.
I haven't had.
If the viewers, not the viewers, if the
Oh,
listeners
man.
could see what we're doing at the moment, they'll
Right.
definitely understand why we don't quite understand rules.
Videos
of
are
games.
something that really just comes from inside, but it's not reggae. It's really like
Jed's
personal. It's about who you are inside. It's something that comes out of you when you die.
I feel like I got it already.
It's a genre of music, but it's also like a way of life. Or
Come on.
What?
If I guess it after 5 guesses,
Stoner
do I
rock?
get a point?
no,
come on.
wait, what do people say leaves your body when you die?
Your soul.
Yes.
So
There
what
we
is
go.
it? So what's he got?
Soul. I'm crushing this, bro.
Okay, so this is the instrument. It's just the original instrument of the. It's the original version of the instrument that both me and Logan play.
Cello?
No.
No.
Cello, you got a bass.
Cello,
You got a thank you.
It is, back when they used to do big bands, like this person was like definitely at the very fucking back of it. A very large instrument.
Come on, bro. You got this.
A large instrument.
Yeah.
It's
It's
quite a
description as
A
well.
double bass?
yeah.
That's
okay.
Why didn't you open with that, like, somebody in the living end plays it?
Because I don't fucking know who this is.
Living End is just like pub band mode.
Yeah.
The Living End is fucking sick though.
But like,
I've seen them a couple times.
Have you seen
like,
them live? Like, you know,
They're
like,
great.
you've got the double bass, and the
Yeah.
guitarist and singer will get up on the double bass
Yeah,
while he's playing.
they are
and
great
it's
performance
fucking-
live.
It's fucking
Very
sick.
great.
Holy shit.
I saw that at Shutterfest after I got back in from climbing. the roof
Okay,
of the
yeah.
pub.
You guys like the respective.
I feel like as an
yeah.
Australian, you have to
Yeah,
make a
that's it.
decision between the Living End and
Okay, so
Green
we're all
Spoon.
literally all tied.
Somehow to me they're the same.
No, Living End's
Living
way
End.
better
Green
than
Spoon.
Green Spoon. I love Green Spoon.
I put them on that
same.
same.
No,
Oh,
Living
I
End's
saw
way
Green
better.
Spoon at Splendid. I wasn't that impressed.
Yeah, Living End's way better.
Man,
They got
Gonna
way better
say,
music.
yeah.
Alright, Phil Jamieson.
I love
Green
Green
Spoon. Like,
Spoon.
kill me now.
it's been dogged.
Don't know it.
Caden's going.
I don't know how. I know it, but I don't know how to.
It's
Like,
got a mulligan.
Yeah.
it.
Weak.
Oh fuck!
It's that one genre that we mentioned before. That is going to be impossible to try.
You should have just said that. That's
I
a free
didn't-
point. You
I
should've
wasn't
just-
even listening.
Ah,
I already
okay.
forgot to.
Okay. It's a wind instrument, and you generally see it on Anzac Day at
A
dawn
trumpet.
service.
Dude, trumpet's a brass instrument, actually. but-
Yeah.
Actually, yeah.
I was gonna say because
blow
when you said
into it,
wind,
bro,
I was
there's
just like
wind.
bagpipes.
I was hoping it was going to be a flute and he was going to be like this one time at band camp.
Perfect for
On
that.
our last episode with DZ and Haters, I got the card trombone, and I
Nice.
didn't know how to do anything other than.
Yeah,
Dude.
so Jed is once again pretending to play a trombone poorly for our
Dude, I
listenership.
was like,
Yo, clip that.
I don't think you're allowed. I don't think we should be allowed to do an instrument's
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah.
Oh, sometimes you can't, like, if we had karimba,
How
like, you
else
could
would you
only
explain
do the
the
fucking
trombone?
plucking.
Couldn't explain what
yeah.
a karimba is because I don't know what it is.
Jed fucking
Amen.
Jed when he has his fucking guitar sometimes, just absent-mindedly, he plays just like the very top part of the string where it's actually in the head. He plays it like a fucking karimba, and it sounds like a fucking karimba. I'm like, what the fuck is that? And I'm like, no, it's just Jed. Yeah, just
I'll be
Jed
watching
absolutely.
TV and just playing like little melodies without even paying attention. This is my fucking ADHD.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
hand just goes to the guitar next to me.
And I would just think to myself, why does that sound like a karimba? And I'm like, oh no, that's just Jed with the guitar. Yeah.
dude,
Just
I
playing the
literally,
lounge room again.
I literally played trombone for like 6 years.
True.
Yeah, I was actually half decent.
I know the trombone player for the Brisbane City Orchestra. I think it is.
Sympathy Orchestra?
Yeah,
Symphony
okay.
The ones that played
Orchestra,
with Smith Street Band and.
No,
Yeah.
no, not that one. Not that one. They're at South Bank. Whatever the
Oh, okay.
the
Arts
Griffith
place,
Uni.
yeah,
right.
Whatever that is, the
conservatorium,
conservatorium.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he's studying his PhD and like all
Yeah.
through high school he played trombone and
Dude.
trumpet and
Anyone who goes to
PhD
uni for
bombs,
that
yeah.
shit, fucking hats off, man.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hard. It's
Yeah.
hard.
I know. Let's talk
dedication.
about trombones and PhDs. Goddamn.
I'm getting kind of hard. Anyway,
Logan.
real musos.
So,
like, fucking
this is you,
know
dude.
every little
So it's a
thing.
genre,
Yep.
and like, imagine if you walked into something, and then, I can't say that word. And get surprised, like, yeah. No. Okay, hang on.
So
Like you fall into a, like, oh, dude.
Explain the genre. Try and.
Yeah.
Oh, I know what it is.
Yeah. No, I'm
I
trying
wouldn't have guessed it, but now that I've seen the cards, I feel like I could
There's a
describe
card
it
game
better.
you can play.
to. Yeah.
That doesn't help.
the genre like really makes you feel things. Like
What?
yes.
Every genre ever.
Emo,
No.
metal.
No.
Fucking.
Beauty's in the heart of the beholder.
Yeah.
Physically feel things.
Shit.
Drum and bass.
No. Close though.
Alright, that's one.
I think the 5 thing's fucked if you can just keep like saying things. It needs to be like a
Maybe a time limit.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Get like one of those.
thing.
So be a little bit more specific.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
Dig deep.
Do you even know the genre?
Yes, I
Do you
do.
even play music?
No, I don't.
How would the crowd react to this?
That doesn't help.
Oh, okay.
No. Acid, potentially.
Yeah, what? Psych rock?
No.
Colder.
Like, imagine you're walking along. Like,
I'm imagining I'm walking along.
imagine you're walking
bashing into
along,
windows.
and then suddenly you fall into this hole that was disguised. What is that?
But it's not ketamine.
No, it's a
I
genre.
feel like this has gone on for too long.
Yeah, I think we're.
He hasn't been very descriptive. He keeps saying the same thing.
It's been 10
Hey,
minutes.
don't blame the game.
Alright,
Yeah.
alright, one more description, one more guess. Let's go.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm out. That's it.
You're out?
Yeah.
Show 'em the
Falling into a
card.
hole.
Show 'em
Alright,
it.
Give me a sec. Falling into a hole.
Yeah, like
makes
imagine
you
you're
feel
walking.
things.
Imagine you're walking along, and then like, what is it when you like something's disguised? Yeah, like you can't get out of the hole. Like you've just fallen into like.
Oh,
You're such a
Jesus
fool.
Christ.
You're a fool. You're a fool.
Oh, I feel like it's gonna be so obvious once you tell me.
Can I say what it starts with?
No.
No.
Maybe you could say.
You could say the genre.
Can I say what it rhymes with?
What the fuck?
You have fallen for my. No, that doesn't help, dude.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does actually. Oh, we actually had a really good intro for this one last time.
Yeah.
Actually.
I feel like this has just dragged on for a bit.
Yeah.
All right, I think you got.
We gotta have some losers, guys, and it's gotta be you two.
You can learn to take the participation badge.
I can't think of anything. No. What is it?
Trap.
Oh,
Yeah. Last time we had someone repeat Admiral Akbar's line. And that was how we got it. And yeah, exactly.
Oh
when
my
you mentioned
God.
that you've fallen for my, I was like, oh yeah.
I was like my heart, my soul, my love. Like, I was like, no, they're not the cards.
Okay, well,
I'm sorry, dude.
okay,
I'm
that's
sorry.
the first
Didn't believe in
loss
Harvard
we've
cards.
had.
I feel like you should have just said
Oh,
it's a style of electronic music.
I know. Yeah, true.
Electronic
with
would
the
have.
heart of the cards. I
True.
wasn't. I'm
Hard
sorry.
cards. Or
Sorry,
fool, you've
It was,
activated.
it was poor form. My bad. I'm letting down the team, bro.
Yeah, you could have been like, "Fool, you've activated my."
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. Oh,
Alright, here we go.
Thanks, guys.
This is a drug.
Yep,
Cow patties.
mushrooms.
Dude, that is too easy, man.
Some of these are pretty easy.
Some of these are pretty easy.
It's so easy.
All right, your turn, Joseph.
Learn the day.
King Stingray has one of these in the band.
Easy.
It's an instrument.
Easy. Come
Easy,
on,
yeah,
dude.
easy, yeah.
Don't.
Didgeridoo.
Yeah.
All right, well, that was
There it is.
That was low hanging fruit.
It was also really relevant.
Yeah.
It worked.
This is a good one.
Okay.
What do you take when you have ADHD?
Easy.
Everything.
Every day.
Whatever's available.
Whatever's next to you.
It's basically meth, but it's made by chemists.
Damn.
The active drug in it is methamphetamine.
That doesn't help me.
Oh, okay, just because it doesn't help, I'll let that slide. But otherwise, that would have been.
I don't
lost
feel like
immediately. Yeah,
so.
because otherwise you would have.
It's the same
yeah,
thing.
Yeah, you would have lost immediately.
I don't know, dude. What do people take with ADHD?
Logan's never had ADHD.
Well, okay,
Dude, what is
Do you
ADHD?
know okay, you studied?
Yes.
You know when people say they take a certain something when they study, they get it off people that...
Cocaine.
No. Who studies on cocaine?
What student can afford
Dude, I'm pretty sure all my lecturers are on a cocaine, but
Okay,
it's
yeah,
fine.
that's
It's a prescription drug that you can get from a doctor. You actually, sorry, not a doctor. You need to get it from a psychiatrist.
Yeah.
Psychiatrist.
Yeah.
It's the only place you can get it. It is a prescription drug they give to people with ADHD and I think autism.
I feel like I know what it is, but I don't know the word.
Lemmy from Motorhead did a fair bit of it, but not the prescription stuff.
It's basically meth. Like it's almost.
Dude, I actually don't know what this is. I feel
You can't go. You can't go 2 for 2.
But come on, man.
Is it bad if I say one of the other drugs that it would be for ADHD that isn't it?
He's not gonna know.
Oh, yeah, no, we've got those two of them. No, you're
So,
not
like-
allowed to. We've got two of those. No, you no.
I feel like you guys might just have to
given-
lose
yeah,
this
you
one.
might.
Yeah, dude, let's
This
just
might have to
forfeit.
be it.
Ritalin.
Yeah. Let's,
Ritalin.
yeah.
Okay. Okay, so this is a drug. Native Americans often take it during their vision quests. Yosip has an entire plant full of it downstairs.
I do.
The plant that it comes
I know
from
what
is
it
actually
is.
very like spiky. You'll
Come
find
on,
it in the
dude.
middle of the desert.
That's a really good clue.
He's doing it better than I did last time.
Yeah.
How are you that lost, bro? Like,
Yeah.
come on.
I know we might lose this round because it's not exactly a common drug. It's a psychedelic.
Yeah.
You can use the same clue I used last time.
I don't remember that.
Fear and
though.
Loathing.
Yeah, Hunter S. Thompson used it a lot, but that probably doesn't narrow it down because he had used a lot of drugs. You probably haven't. Oh yeah, I don't think it's very much something that you either know what it is or you don't.
You got that shot.
Dude.
Michael
Don't.
Cera
Oh my
has a
God.
movie about it.
Come on.
Does he?
Really?
Yeah, he's around with so it comes out of a cactus. He has the cactus in his hands, like for a lot of the movie, just hugging it basically.
Oh my god.
So yeah, it's a drug that comes out of cactus, grows in the desert, and people use it in
Comes out of
rituals.
cactus.
Yeah, it comes out of cactus.
The answer I have, I fucking don't know.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, this
Tough
is
one?
a tough one. Yeah,
I had this one last time, and
For me, it's an easy one, but like.
I had to.
understand.
I had to give Jed.
you're a resident.
Maybe I'll get some knowledge.
I had to give Jed the fucking I had to give Jed special provision for this one because he named it a different drug, and I was like, no, that's
Preston's
not
just
what
hanging in
the
there.
fuck are you talking about? Can't.
He's doing it.
All right. I think we probably will have to fold for this one. It is mescaline.
Just drop the card.
Yeah, mescaline.
Why didn't you just say the lettuce?
The letter.
It's a lettuce?
Masculine lettuce.
Oh no, that's mescaline. That's technically not the same thing, but yeah. I
You
didn't
said
think
the
of
same
it.
word 2 times. Though.
You can't do that.
Mescaline is spelled MES.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah, it didn't.
But I would've gotten it.
Quite, that didn't occur.
How
to
does
me.
this relate to anything?
All
I
right.
know, I used to pack like fruit and veg.
Alright, well that pretty much wraps up that game, and
Oh.
I feel like we should count cards, but I'm pretty sure that the
I think we have a whole song.
Joseph and Kaden are going to win this one for sure.
Dude, I think we
They're the
came
ones that-
last.
They're
they
five
did
and
come
half.
last,
They're
yeah.
5 and half.
So we're gonna write a song in the style of new metal on ketamine, and we're gonna use trumpets and didgeridoos.
Yeah.
That sounds like a great song.
That sounds sick.
I mean, it's a challenge.
What
That's
would
for
you
sure.
call the band?
Oh,
Verum.
Did you
I don't want to say something racist. That's my problem here. Like that's what's coming to me, and I'm like, that's not good.
Didgeridoo don't.
I don't.
I'm just gonna call it.
I like that game. That was a good
What?
game.
Uluru.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
That works.
Uluru.
Yeah, I guess that
Yeah.
works.
I was trying to think of something like corn, but like one word.
Come on.
Beetroot.
Oh, beat-a-do. Beat-a-do?
Just beat it a dude.
All right, so we're going to launch into the second game of Know Your Band, starting with Verum for this one. So the very last letter of Verum. You need to name a band. We'll start with Cade first. That starts with the last letter of the previous band. So you get about 10 or so seconds.
Do
You
we
gotta
do we
name
go in like a clockwise?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
them.
clockwise
Yeah,
order.
so clockwise around
I'm
us.
sorry.
And
Yeah.
after last time, so
Oh, you
anything-
also can't repeat a band that's been said.
Yeah, you
Okay.
can't.
Yeah.
So you
I know
name
what you're gonna say.
Anything-
No, you do not.
I do.
anything that's a plural, you can take away the S and use the last letter, and also E is a very repetitive letter in this as well, so you can take the E off certain things as well. So
Cool.
you can sort of like work around that because
Okay.
eventually you can only say Eminem so many times. You know what I mean?
You're gonna name a band, starting with the
Band or artist.
letter of the last letter of the previous band that the person
Alright.
said, with some special rules. So
Okay.
a band starting with M.
So we're starting with M.
Yeah,
Logan.
and you get 10 seconds and you can't think
Logan,
of
I'm
any-
sorry.
I know
No,
you
you're
will.
not. You actually do not know because
do.
it's gonna fuck you.
I know.
Meshuggah.
Is that in an A?
I just think about the logo. I'm pretty sure it's a H.
It's a H.
Yeah.
Hey,
It ends in a
I just
H.
think of like the
Oh.
shape of it.
That's easy.
So it's a
bro.
Meshuggah ha.
That's easy.
Ah. Oh.
Hunks.
That's an S. Smith Street Band.
No, it's a Z actually.
It's a
Is
Z.
it?
It
A Z?
is a Z.
Oh, it's
Ah.
so easy.
What? Let's see. What?
Yeah.
Zoid. Zoid.
Nice.
That's a good one.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Bad.
D.
Easy.
D's.
I can think
D.
of
Whoops, that's
No,
actually
DZ Death Race.
Fuck!
No, I also got D's. No.
That's either, that's either a Y or an S, yeah. If you can drop the
S,
S.
we'll go with Skrillex.
Nice.
Fuck, dude. X.
That's so rude.
That's rough.
X.
I can already think of one.
Exhibit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That works. Well done. Turnstile.
Oi.
So an
That's
L
an
or
E.
an
What
E,
the fuck
that's-
is the festival they're playing at? I don't even know one act.
Oh, dude, they'll do sideshows, 100%.
Yeah, that's what we're betting on.
Crowd fucking kill.
Alright, so it's for turnstile either an L or an E because you are allowed to drop the E.
L.
Loser. Oh, sorry.
Oh, you can't say that.
Okay.
Can we stop doing that?
Dude, I literally just thought a loser. Like,
Oh,
Suck
No,
you.
you got more.
L or an E? Eminem.
Yeah, fucking.
Okay,
Take
fine.
it now.
Yeah.
Tap out.
Yeah.
Take the freebie.
Really?
Yeah.
M.
Easy, bro.
The more I think about it, the more I can't.
Yeah.
That's
the hard part about
the
that.
pressure's on. Mannequin pussy.
Yeah.
The pause was needed. Mannequin pussy.
Yeah.
Quality.
Yes.
Oh,
Stitching him up here.
sleep.
Pennywise.
Nice.
E, or S. Sex Pistols.
Yep.
There's another
S or L?
Yeah.
Yeah. No one's thinking of pop artists.
Semantics. Not a pop artist, but starts with S.
Nice.
C or an S.
Oh, see, easy, bro.
Clowns.
Hey.
Oh, there we go. And then or an S.
There it is. Smith Street Band.
You said that
We've
before.
said that.
Already said
I
that.
think that's a loss there then.
Yeah, I just fucking lost.
Oh, okay, that'll be a loss.
So, we start again from Quinton.
Okay, so that's a D. Yeah, Death Grips.
Fuck.
Nice.
P or S.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I got that.
Slipknot.
Nice.
T.
It is so hard to think of a band when you've only got the first letter to go off.
Yeah.
Think of all the bands that start with the.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no.
Well, I didn't know if I could do that.
You can.
Can we
well,
do the?
Yeah, you can take the off as well, like Smith Street Band.
But you
for
can
S.
add it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess it
Nice.
depends on the band too. If we
Yeah.
start all just saying like, oh, the band.
Yeah.
The Strokes.
The Verum.
The Strokes is good, but that's an E or an S.
Fuck, dude. Evanescence.
That's exactly what I was just thinking.
Yeah. C.
Another E.
E or a C. Yeah, E or C.
E or C. Wait, E or C?
Yeah.
Evanescence.
Yeah. Oh my god.
You got 3 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
No.
That's,
Okay, we've had 2 losses so far.
Bugger.
Okay, so back to Quinton.
Oh,
no.
Hi.
Still
I
Zane.
thought
Yeah.
Hi.
wasn't Zane out?
My name's Zane.
I thought we keep going until
No,
there's.
you don't get an
no,
ER.
you don't get out. You just lose a point.
Okay.
Actually,
That makes
that's
sense
a
now.
good idea. Maybe that's probably the quickest way to end the game.
Knockout
Yeah,
rounds.
we sort of do want to continue the game.
Yeah.
though.
Nah, keep going. I like it like that. So
Yeah. So you're both down 1, but yeah, I
What was
C or
yours? C or
C or an E.
C or an
yeah,
E.
C or an E. You have to.
Chats.
Oh, fuck.
C or S.
The Terrys.
Um,
Y or S.
Oh,
It's terrible.
shit. Skeggs.
nice.
whoa, safe.
Oh, I know a band for
Gorillas?
this one. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
What?
Gorillas?
Fuck.
That's a Z.
Yeah.
It's a Z, or can I use the A, or is it just
No,
Z?
Z.
No,
No,
it's
Z,
it.
Fuck.
You're
yeah.
on the Z.
There's a ska band.
No. Fuck. Is there a band called Zephyr? Surely there's a band called
I feel
Zephyr.
like there is, yeah.
I feel like there has
Yeah.
to
But you have to name a song.
No.
If no one's heard of
be. If they're big enough, if
How would you spell Zephyr? You get one.
Zephyr.
Oh yeah, almost certainly.
No way.
It's gotta be.
This playlist. Oh, there is. There's an artist called Zephyr. All right,
Yes!
we got one.
Okay.
So how many monthly listeners though?
You're-
Under
Are they
10,000
big enough?
and we're
Are they
like-
big enough?
Oh, 44 monthly listens. Sorry.
Whoa,
I don't think we can do
We'll
it.
give you one more shot.
Fuck.
You got Z.
Okay.
Oh, I actually do know one. Which sounds really.
Oh, Zed,
Yep.
the DJ.
Yep.
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 Oh.
Yeah.
So D. There's so many.
I'm thinking
I
Guitar
know.
Hero.
Oh,
Who's playing good things this year? Headline.
He won
Yeah.
that.
Oh.
Think like.
not helping me.
Look, as soon as the name gets said, you'll know it.
Oh my god.
Or you should at least.
Are
Do
you
you
thinking
want
of
to
the
say it
same?
because you can have that in your
Are you
bag.
thinking the
Wait,
same one I'm thinking of?
What's my letters again?
D.
D.
Yeah,
Just
you
do.
are getting to the end of the.
Come on.
3, 2, 1.
Diagonally.
Spotify.
We just watched the Harry Potter.
Wait, before we look up the Spotify, are we continuing the game? Because I have a band like immediately with D, but if it's the band you're gonna pull up, that means I can't say it.
Well, there's 3 bands called Diagonal, but not diagonally. I'm sorry.
Shit.
All right, no.
I heard it as like
yeah,
diagonally.
Well, okay,
Yeah.
so that's two. That's 2 down for Logan.
I'm
All right,
losing.
Zane.
Oh, these nuts.
Shit. And then he put it back on a Z.
They're playing this weekend. They're up here this
Yeah.
weekend, right?
I know.
Back to the Z.
No, that's with next.
Oh, I know.
I've just got.
Oh yeah, Zeffirelli. BC's old band.
I've got a.
I'm
solid
surprised
Z
he
that
didn't
I'm just
use the one that I
keeping.
just mentioned that he almost got. Because I just read it out. What did you say?
Zeffirelli. BC's old band actually.
Zeffirelli, so that's a Y.
Or an L. I don't know.
L?
It's actually an I. It's
I.
named after the pastor, basically.
Shit, I. Incubus?
Yeah. That's a band.
Yeah.
So what do we say about S?
U and
Take the
S.
S
Yeah,
off.
you can take the S off, so that's U or S.
U two.
Damn.
That's a power play.
Okay, you get.
O can be yours. O.
I was gonna say, okay. Fuck.
I want W, right? U2?
TWO.
TWO.
bro.
Isn't U2 the number 2?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why I did it.
So you've got
But there
U.
is an artist I can think of with two, so I kind of want this to exist.
You've got the U because that's the last letter of U2.
Okay.
Okay, you can do U as well. All right.
U or W.
I
Fuck.
was gonna say 2 Chainz.
No, U or
Fuck. I was trying to think. I know there's a rapper with the words.
it'll be U or O.
Fuck. I actually want to run with 2 now because I know another one.
Say
Can I
it.
run with 2? 21
yeah,
Savage.
Oh, yep, there you go.
Yeah, okay.
See, I made,
yeah,
I made it work. I made it work.
ELV.
Alright, G O E.
2's good. That was funny as.
Yeah, that was great.
Oh.
It's a lot for G.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
It's hard.
We've mentioned one on the
Do you even listen to
podcast.
music?
Yeah. Dude, I don't even know what music is. I'm just here.
Play bass.
I just play bass. Like.
I only hear notes.
Alright, U.
Oh.
No, not U.
Wait, what?
Sorry.
G or E.
Yeah, G or E
Yeah.
because he said 21 Savage, so G or E.
Yeah. Oh. Bro.
3, 2.
Don't count me down, bro.
1.5.
I'm nervous.
Alright.
Nah, I got nothing.
Alright. So,
Damn.
G or E.
Gee, he stuck it on me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, dude.
Zane's up.
G. I'm thinking multiple. It's G.
I know one. Straight away.
You do? You do know one? Oh.
I think I figured out the floor
Dude.
of the system.
G and E.
one.
I feel like we should give him a shot here.
No.
No,
Yeah, sure.
we've moved on to Zane.
Alright.
G or E. You tell me it, bro.
No.
G or E. G or E. Escape the Fate.
There you go.
Good save.
Nice.
Not bad.
T or E, right?
Just T. Oh,
Face,
T,
yeah,
T,
T,
yeah, okay, T.
The illiterates are really starting to show. No. It's like,
The
wait,
drugs
does that
are
end in
starting to
a...
show.
What drugs? What are you talking about?
I mean, what?
What?
Thierry Quinton. No pressure.
I got one, dude. Easy.
Bro, it's not your turn.
Yeah, it took you 5 minutes.
Literally.
It's not that easy.
Save it in case it comes back.
Man, you
Yeah,
you really are slow. Hey, he called me slow.
Where'd he go?
The Living End. Have we used that before?
No.
I knew
that works.
Yeah.
Deftones.
He's so quick. Oh my god.
SE, like, is it
I had that from the
SEN?
first round. That's what I was trying to say. Headlining good things.
Oh,
Deftones.
Ah, smart.
Mine's SE. Do I go back one more letter?
No.
Nah.
Combine the two.
No.
Well, one
I've
more
got two
round
to choose
after
from.
this. So
Okay.
with you, yeah.
I've got like an artist, but it's not
Nice.
Shakira.
Yeah, no, that works.
That works.
That
I said
works.
21 Savage. Like,
That works.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
for like 3 of these rounds, I've been like, why is nobody saying Lana Del Rey?
yeah, that makes sense.
We got one more. We'll do one more round.
So you said Shakira.
Yeah.
That's an A. Fuck.
He needs some milk.
Really heavy metal plates. I'm not gonna help you.
No, don't
Oh,
help me.
come on.
Don't help me.
Come on.
Don't help me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Fucking
Iconic breakdown.
Falls from cliffs.
No.
the drummer plays the same
A Day to
thing
Remember.
in every song.
Avalanche.
A Day to Remember.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
A Day to Remember.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yep.
You're the
Reckless Coast.
cool.
Of course.
Yeah,
the
you got it,
homies. The homies.
T-Pain.
Ooh.
Nice.
Very nice.
9 Inch
That's
Nails.
bad.
9 Inch Nails.
9 Inch. I said 9 Inch
9 Inch
Nails.
Nails.
L or an S.
L or an S.
I think
Luca
it's-
Brasi.
Nice.
Okay,
Nice.
so we'll end this on Joseph
Eagle.
Velasco.
Eagle.
Alright.
Wait till somebody gets out.
Fuck, dude. Quick.
Nice.
The way it should work, I figured it out. It should be you get eliminated and you keep going till there's one person left. And
That's
then
what we
they
said
get the
before.
point.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
That makes way more sense.
Yeah, but
Like
we're
I said,
sort of in
game's
the
still
middle now.
I'm glad we helped this process.
You're learning, bro.
Yeah, we'll give
Well,
credit writing notes.
TM.
Yeah.
When you guys have card games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I've been planning to make a cannabis
Look, if
card
you guys
game
want
for
to come
years.
over with a string of
I want to
song
do
codes with this while we
stoners
make up
versus
games,
snitches.
anytime.
And the idea is it's
Yeah.
a social deduction game to figure out who's snitching on your crew. And you'll
Alright, alright, we'll play this
like
until
Among
someone
Us,
can't
like-
think of
Yeah.
one.
Alright, we'll
Play
go
Secret
until someone
Hitler
can't think
or
of one.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
you still
Wait,
have
what?
hot sauce? Do you
The
still
board
have hot
games.
sauce?
No, we weren't gonna do. We
No, I
weren't
was
gonna
just
do
gonna say
that.
the next person to lose has to do a shot of hot sauce.
That was our usual. That was our usual.
That was our
punishment.
punishment for categories, but I feel like
Let's
this
do
has
it.
gone on a
I
while.
don't
We'll
I'm
go.
down.
We'll go
I'm
until
down.
last man standing.
3.
Punk band.
Bow.
Yeah. Fuck.
Okay, yeah, we will end it there. Then.
Alright.
I'm pretty sure it was Logan who took the most L's for that.
Well,
one,
yeah, but we're not wanting to lose. Oh.
yeah, I know, we're not.
So
gonna,
we're playing for losers, not winners.
Well, no, I mean, it's just about the
I
fun.
thought it would just keep
Yeah,
going.
whoever
it
ends
doesn't
up,
really matter.
We
in the
did
end.
that last time. Whoever ended up essentially just losing the most was the one who we had to
We'll
subject.
have to get some hot sauce.
Give me the sauce,
Yeah.
boys.
Oh,
Just
yeah,
give it to me.
he's
I'm
consented
gonna-
to the.
I'm gonna
I
get
don't know if I
another
have
toilet
any, but I'll
break.
figure out something.
So if we were in the middle of a conversation before and now it suddenly cut out and now it doesn't make sense. It's
Whatever's there
because,
is gone.
Yeah, we spent too much of the power in this house growing hydroponic weed, so we didn't have enough.
I got raided last year, just fun
Yeah,
fact.
so we didn't have enough to continue
great.
recording the podcast. Queensland Police Service, come over here. You can have some. Please don't
it's
rate.
traumatic as
Yeah.
We've also had quite a few more beers since, so if this gets a little bit
The
reckless,
last
you know
half
what?
of this podcast is gonna be fucking.
Yeah,
atrocious.
it's just gonna make no sense. But anyways, what are Verum gonna be doing over I don't know, the next few months from over the new year?
I
Do you
guess.
have anything
much,
coming
bro.
up?
I guess
So
like over the next. Well, I guess I don't know. How long does it take for this shit to get out?
That's a good
between a week
question.
and
We've
6
got
months.
an editor now. The
Well,
editor's on full time. Well,
okay.
part-time,
Let's
but
say
we've got an
let's
editor.
say a month.
From
About a
from
month.
now,
Okay.
from recording, which is like what the fucking 28th of
Yeah,
October.
Yeah.
We've got
Well, it's Halloween.
We've got a single coming out on the 24th of November,
Sick.
and then we're gonna go on like a little bit of a tour, kind of just down towards New South Wales, do a bunch of shows along the East Coast, like the first week of December. It's gonna be sick. We're gonna do like Newcastle, play with a sick band called Resident. We're gonna headline Sydney. But yeah, we got a single, we got a music video that we're doing where we're starting to shoot fucking tomorrow actually.
Yeah.
We're gonna start doing some shoots for it tomorrow. I got a sick music video that we're gonna come out.
Are we?
Yeah. I'll talk to you about it afterwards.
Yeah, alright.
Alright.
Yeah, alright, so before I don't know, someone begins to steal our electric current for something else, we will launch into the last segment where, you know, we give our valued listeners of Five Stoners you know, bands that we've been listening to lately, or bands that we really want to shout out and, you know, give you know, more of a bigger audience to. So What have you been listening to?
Number
Kaden?
one band, Quinton. I said it before, but I'm going to say it again. You're wearing their shirt.
Yes,
Dead
this
Shows.
was strategic. Dead Shows, the mighty Dead Shows.
The
Big
Mighty
shout out
Dead
to them.
Shows, the greatest band in New South Wales. They're
Shout out to
fucking
Darcy.
awesome people. Darcy, Connor, DZ, Taj, all of them fucking amazing people. We met them earlier this year on our tour and we hit it off like a fucking house on fire. They're amazing. And then a band I've been listening to a lot is fucking Teen Mortgage.
Yeah.
They're fucking awesome. We listened to a song before and yeah, they're fucking just hype, energy, just fucking craziness.
That's awesome.
Sick.
Yeah.
Nice.
I think, band I've been listening to is Mannequin Pussy. They're fucking awesome. Zane showed me them. They're fucking sick. Song called Control. Off fucking tits. And it's awesome. And yeah, that's it.
Awesome. I'm gonna split mine into two. So for like I guess a mainstream, sort of mainstream, I guess more famous than Brisbane anyway, is Metz, METZ, Metz.
Yes.
Awesome. Just released some new music from Joey. They had Joey from Idols collab with one of their songs. It's fucking amazing. It's a powerhouse of a song. Other than that, and we said it before, but I think at the start, I don't remember if it was on or off the stream, Sunbleached. Yeah, Sunbleached.
Yeah.
They're doing a fucking good job what they're putting out at the moment, and I really, really enjoy their music. Awesome.
I got a couple to shout out. Firstly, our good mates Dad Fight and Trust, who will be
go, the
playing
boys.
a
Dad Fight.
very super spooky Halloween show on October 30th. But by the time this is out, obviously that'll be long past.
Yeah, they
but
played-
yeah, no.
played at most-
You missed
Cool,
out,
you
I'm
know,
sorry.
US and
Is it?
Indian
Yeah.
and Canadian and the 17 other countries that actually listen to this podcast.
But yeah, no, Dad Fight and Trust, big shout out to them. Yeah, big shout out to
100%.
Dead Shows, who were actually originally going to be recording the podcast that we're currently recording today. Then we're going to do it before Scorched, rest in peace. Big shout out to Holder. She's a one-woman black metal project. She's originally from Belgium, but she moved to the US.
Sick.
And I'd like to give a big shout out to Crocodilus.
Dude,
I've gotten-
sick, man. Adrenaline, banger song.
I've gotten into them more lately. They have an album coming out very soon, I think. I don't quite remember the name because I'm very intoxicated. But yeah, everyone look out for the Crocodilus debut LP coming out very soon.
I did sound for those guys. They're so lovely.
Yeah,
They're
it was
fucking
a
awesome
good
ads,
show.
though.
That's awesome.
And yeah, shouting out Speed as well, who are
Speed, yes.
Also
a
his favourite drug.
literal band of hardcore Asians from Sydney.
They're so good.
Yeah, they're great.
I haven't heard. I'm gonna have
Wait,
to
N1300, straight up.
Yeah, hopefully they'll be playing another British show very
Yeah,
soon.
hopefully
I
they
will
will.
definitely be there,
It's the last one.
knocking out some fucking poor cunt. Jed?
Yeah, so I wasn't going to say this one, but I'll give a quick shout out to 1300. You guys are fucking sick.
Nice.
They're an Australian-Korean rap band. They
Yes.
sort of mix their lyrics up in Korean and Australian, so like half a sentence maybe in Korean. They just make it flow with both languages.
They're fucking awesome.
They're fucking wild. Like, they've got some great songs, really catchy. I've been playing it at work sometimes, and people are like, "Oh, this is sick. What is it? I don't understand what's going on." I was like,
That's the
let
point.
me run you through this. But I guess I want to go a little bit mainstream for a bit here and just go like Mac Miller. Like,
Nice.
yeah.
I never used to listen to much of his
Huge.
stuff. Was never really into that sort of genre of music. But
Yeah.
one of my mates, Ethan, really recently.
Shout out
got
to
me into-
Ethan. He had
Shout
to
out
move back to
Ethan.
Adelaide. Ugh.
Yeah.
Boy, Ethan.
Yeah, R.I.P. Ethan. We miss you in Brisbane.
Yeah.
It's only been 2 weeks, but we miss you so much. Yeah, he really got me into them. We sat down and we day drank all day one day.
Dude, this
That is a
my
vibe.
banger.
Spins.
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my God.
It's such a fucking banger
Spins.
tune, man.
Yeah, no, I just love them so
Oh yeah,
much.
shout out to Full Flower Moon Band as
Yo.
well. I saw their album launch at Felons around the corner from where we live the other day, and yeah, they played basically their entire album plus a few earlier songs. And even though the crowd, I guess, didn't quite know their songs, they're such a vibey sort of band. Everyone was into it by the end of it. And also, our housemate Joey works with the drummer from Full Flower Moon Band. So Full Flower Moon Band, we are calling you out. You'd better hit us up. Come on the podcast soon.
I feel
Let's
like
go.
Teenage Dads has that really sort of like, even if you don't know their songs, you're gonna be fucking dancing and singing
Yeah,
along
for
anyway
sure.
because they're
Yeah.
just fucking hard vibe.
Yeah.
But I guess the other, I think I've spoken about this band a few times, and I think everybody really knows them at the moment. But Turnstile.
Nice.
But
You mentioned that I think
One
for the
and
last 3 cars.
Yeah, but
That's sick.
What I want to shout out here is not necessarily the artist, but the album Non-Stop Feeling. I obviously really got into Glow On when it blew up, and that's what where a lot of people really know Turnstile from. But I've recently been listening to the Non-Stop Feeling album, and I feel like that's definitely one of their best albums they've ever had.
100%.
And I've been listening to that non-stop for the last couple of weeks. I can't get over it.
They fucking nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
No, they're just like literally the sickest hardcore band out at the moment.
Yeah.
Joseph, you want to regale us with tales about Blink 182?
Oh, mate, you've heard me
Where do you
talk
wanna
about
start?
Blink for ages. I've basically declared that Blink coming back together was the start of my life just again. Like, I just feel like life's improved dramatically.
It's actually just been
Like,
his life on
literally,
kink.
it really is. It's like your parents just got back together. And, like, they're really happy for some fucking reason.
Actually, can I just chime in here? So, my parents got divorced when I was 8, and about 5 years ago, my dad was over in America for 9 months. When he got home, my parents have been like good friends since they split up. The dad's had like countless girlfriends along the way. My mum was house sitting for him.
Dad.
When Dad got back from America, I went down to visit him in Taree, and I got there, and so my mum was still there. And then in the kitchen one day, they just started like kissing, and I was just like, "What the fuck?" They've been divorced since I was 8, and then they're just like, "Oh no!" Like while he was in America, a few phone calls, we kind of got flirting, kind of got back together a little bit. Nothing serious. Don't think too much into it. And I was like, "What the fuck?" So parents getting back together is not as good as Blink getting back together.
No.
Just putting that out there.
All right. Well,
That's devastating.
I feel like Jed may feel differently about the story he's just told in a couple of hours. So
My parents are really just better listen to this. It's fine.
I basically haven't listened to anything other than Blink for 3 weeks. There's a
yes,
few,
we are
but-
well aware. We've just imagined.
But I
Joseph
have
here.
lately been listening to a bit of Basement. It's been a while. I really like Basement. Really simple songs.
Spoiled. Oh my
And
god.
the sound is just so fucking good.
So
Like,
iconic.
huge, dude.
I
Yeah.
love
Basement's
it. I
fucking
love
amazing.
Basement.
And then
Did you get
Sly
that?
Withers I've been listening to just because I'm
Sly
going to see him
Withers.
soon. Like,
Yeah, that's
I've
it.
been doing that.
These
And
guys
then the Grogans had that as a recommendation. Just some cool surf rock from Melbourne.
Yeah, I've written about them before, about Best Not Ever.
Yeah, I like Grogan.
Yeah,
Grogan's
Grogan's
fucking awesome.
sick.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I mean, Gang of Youth is kind of always playing for me. Chili Peppers. The new Chili Peppers album's better than the previous one that they just dropped this year. So
yeah.
Yes,
check it out.
sir. Yes, sir.
underrated, dude, for
Um,
sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nomia. He's a homie who makes electronic music and just released a pretty sick album. Do
Say something for the
recommend.
next podcast.
Yeah, might be that.
On a
and then
must.
other
On a
than
must.
that,
On a must.
that's probably about it. Really.
Yeah.
A lot of-
Elon
oh,
Musk,
I got
yeah.
one more.
Yeah.
Got one more.
Just bought it up yesterday.
Oi, tunes.
All right, well, we're gonna cut
My
that
last
out.
one-
Copyrighted music.
Yeah, the outro.
My last one that I've been listening to actually for about like 4 or 5 months, Face to Face. I've been listening to a lot of Face to Face. I don't know if you guys.
Okay.
I love skate punk and Face to Face when I listen
Skate
to it
punk.
because I work with music on. Like I literally have music probably blasting 6 to 8 hours a day,
Nice.
and because I'm working, I like that steady rhythm. Just give me something consistent. But
Yeah.
Face to Face is also positive.
Yeah.
So it just like pumps me up, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm just moving on and going through life. Fucking
Yeah.
In a
hits
good
come,
mood.
but fuck yeah, keep going.
Yeah.
So Face to Face is like really taken something to me. I fucking truly love their music.
Fucking no.
Sweet.
So you know what's another sick band is the Lazy Eyes, dude.
Yeah.
Lazy
Oh,
Eyes,
I
yeah,
saw
yeah,
them
yeah.
with Splendor.
These
Fucking
fucking
amazing.
guys
yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Fucking sick, dude.
No,
I love
they're
the Lazy
fantastic.
Eyes.
Yeah, they're definitely very gizzardy.
Yeah.
Almost the
No,
older
they got-
sort of gizzardy stuff.
They got mad like Beatles vibes.
Yeah,
too,
I know,
man.
because like they're very they mix that weird gizzardy Theosis stuff, which is very classic like 60s Beatles stuff,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
very much like the first Tame Impala EPs.
Yeah,
Basically,
yeah,
that's what the
yeah,
Lazy
yeah.
Eyes are. Definitely
They're fucking
Yeah,
awesome.
absolutely.
Very up and coming.
Yeah,
But, I'm keen to see where they're
Up and coming, bro. They're doing like UK tours.
I
and
know.
they're two of the Strokes, and they
they're
also
gonna be-
Yeah, they're just coming.
Stuff. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
They're gonna be like
what?
the next Ocean Alley or something.
I saw
I
them.
don't get
Mind you,
Ocean Alley.
how long
I
did
don't
they
know.
stick
It's
around
me.
for? The 12 months they were famous
Yeah,
for?
yeah.
Haven't heard a thing.
I remember seeing the Lazy Eyes for the first and only time really. I was at Splendor, and they were opening up essentially the first day because the Friday was cancelled. It was the Saturday. We was GW
I
McLennan.
missed 1-300.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was a GW.
And the Gorillas, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
GW McLennan tent, complete mud pit.
Yeah.
I just dropped acid. It was the first time I'd taken acid in a very fucking long time. In the
Nice.
middle of the Lazy Eyes set, I started coming up,
That
and
is
I was
fucked.
like,
yeah.
oh
That would
fuck.
blow your mind.
Yeah, that moment is burnt into my fucking brain. Yeah, when they did Fuzz Jam, I was
Yeah.
like,
Oh my
this is what I've
God.
been missing.
No, where's my brain?
Yeah. I want to
He sits on it.
I want to shout out Scowl as well. They're in a hardcore band from the Bay Area. They just toured with the Chats, the Bronx and Drug Church.
Oh yeah,
Oh my god.
That looked like a crazy tour. I wish they
wish
brought
I could
it.
be fucking at one of those.
Yeah, exactly. I wish they brought it, that tour over here to Australia, but might be a bit expensive even for the Chatty Boys.
Yeah. So I guess one last quick shout out to Verum.
I know. That were
Pretty sick little local band. They got some fucking great songs.
Who are these Verum fellas?
Real niche but real vague. Like they've got a bit of everything. You know what I mean?
Nice.
But,
Good music, genuinely good music.
Genuinely
thanks,
good
fellas.
music.
I appreciate
100%.
that. Thanks for having us on the
Alright,
buddy.
sarcasm aside, thanks for being
No, thank you.
great guest.
Thank you for the beers.
So
Yeah.
on Instagram, socials, Spotify, where can we find you, or where can our listeners find you so they can give us a listen?
Just fucking-
Anything. Like, just,
We're on everything now,
just go on
so
Google or Spotify or Instagram and whatever the fuck.
Verum.band, you see some 3 mopheads going on. I just recently made the TikTok. The TikTok is
We got
active.
the TikTok going.
I'm sorry for all of those, but we just got to do it.
Zane's the only one in charge of TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I
Yeah,
refuse.
I'm just.
Yeah, I refuse as well.
My brain is a goldfish. Everything is a meme. I'm just like epic bra moment. Everything. Facebook. And you know what? If you see us at a show, you see us out, just come say hey.
Yeah.
I'm keen to have a beer, keen to have a chat.
Come
Super
talk some
friendly.
shit. We've met so many good friends from just people coming to like either our shows or shows we've been to, and they're like, dude, you guys are fucking sick. What's your name? And then just like hitting it off like a house on fire.
Yeah.
Just
Names
say hey.
regardless. Come have a beer.
Fuck yeah.
Shake some hands.
Yeah.
do it.
Easy.
Come eat some ham.
Yeah.
Come meet some hands, shake some bands.
Yeah.
God damn.
Oh, and we still have a charge, and I'm surprised we didn't have to kill Joseph for talking about Blink 182.
Now let me tell you about Blink.
Here's my trade-off.
I've actually equated Blink to our generation's Beatles. But like, actually, if you think about it, I think it's pretty accurate.
Here's my TED talk.
Alright guys, thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, fellas. Appreciate it.
Make sure
Thank
you check
you.
out Verum, listen to their songs. Give them a fucking big thumbs up on Triple J on Earth. Get them up there.
Yes,
Come see their
sir.
shows.
Verum
Come see them
supremacy.
live.
Come watch us live. It's
Um,
fucking sick.
Send them nudes. No, don't send them nudes unless you want to.
Do that.
As long
Send
as
us a
you're
picture of your
above
snare
18.
We all
drums.
have girlfriends.
As long as you're 18 plus.
Just send them photos of you smiling. Listening to their music. That's what they want.
That's what we want.
Smiling naked.
No. I mean, if you want, but shirts up.
We're running a contest for the next album cover.
Yeah.
You know, smiling
You win a
naked.
free merch pack
full
if you
body.
send the best nude. So.
Merch pack for the best nude. Instagram will decide.
Guys or girls, there's no.
I feel like
No.
Instagram is.
Why would you even
just
say
They thems too, like
They,
you know,
thems.
we're completely
Yeah.
open, aren't we?
I'm happy with whatever. So.
Fairies included.
Furries included.
Honestly, just
No weeds, though. No weeds.
How about we draw a line at furries, alright?
yo,
Like, we
just
could have some
spam
standards
them
for
with
you.
memes on Instagram.
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
More memes, the
Just spam them
better.
with
That's
memes.
better. That's fucking great.
Yeah.
Loud
Love
equals
memes.
funny.
Yeah.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, onlybands.au. Facebook, I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. I can't remember. Pretty drunk. Keep listening.
Hopefully, this will come out before the new year.
Let's
Yeah.
go.
It will. We've got an editor now. Support us at Onlybands. Thank you.
Penis jokes.
God damn.
I'm always coming.
God damn. God damn.
God damn. God.
God damn.